you know.
So you could do 2 attacks. You could do two throw and dagger attacks. But then it seems like
dagger of returning not. Oh, Sam, can I show you tomorrow? Okay, it's too complicated right now. Does their dagger returning not come back until my next turn? Mm-hmm. Oh, well then, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I'll give you back the dagger and I'll take the belt.
Or Tobias can take the dagger of returning.
It's true.
Well, no, you can take both. Because then you can throw the dagger of returning, and then you can throw the dagger out of the bandolier of daggers.
Well, so the only thing is, though, I would have to imbue it with my blood first, and so it would be DM discretion. Could I imbue the whole belt? Because I'm not even about to stick myself.
The problem is they're magical. They just...
Right.
I don't know if they actually exist. You'd have to ask Jason if they actually...
Right, so could I imbue the belt itself, and would that like transfer to the daggers as they appear?
Right, something like that. Right,
that would be DM discretion, I think.
Yeah. But I do want to get away. I do want to kind of go into like full on like pistolero mode. You know, I'd love to have
pistolero.
Because technically, right now I do 1 attack and I can pull 3 pistols out and shoot like that because it's magical. So I could technically have another gun in my other hands.
Wow.
Either that or those become secondary and I get like a really long range weapon, like a rifle with a scope and stuff. Be like off there. But I feel he's better with just some pistols, you know. And he does have
I don't know, I think you should get a rifle that's as long as Tobias.
Yeah, like totally long. Like High Plains Drifter with the little midget guy who asks for the big gun.
On the bow of a ship, like the rifle is as long as his body.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
I was gonna see if somehow we get rewarded for like from the Bright Queen. I know they have cannons and stuff.
Is probably going to be not dying.
Well, no, but they have some kick-ass cannons on their ships. Mm-hmm. So maybe they have kick-ass pistols. So maybe I could get a pistol. That's a kick-ass pistol from them. And maybe a cannon too for my ship. That would be kick-ass.
I hope we get rewarded. That would be cool.
But we'll see.
Although we're not supposed to trust the Bright Queen now.
Yeah. And who's telling us that? The
Albin?
Gentleman?
No,
that was Albin.
Albin, who works for the Gentleman.
Albin does not work for the Gentleman. Albin is with.
I'm not sleeping with him, sister, so I don't have to trust him.
I don't like him either. He called me an asshole.
You don't know that?
I do know that. He said it to my face.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I mean,
BRB, my dog is freaking out.
No worries. Oh. Did she say dog or daughter?
Dog.
Oh, okay.
DOG.
Yeah, only a son. No girls. Sons.
Sons. SUNZZZZ. Sons.
Everybody's here. Oh, wait. No.
Alex will be coming along shortly.
Alex's camera is there, but his chair is suspiciously empty.
Oh, he's there. Oh, I see. Okay, there.
I'm just laying on my bed right now.
He's off his bed.
Trying to catch 15 minutes of sleep today.
He's having some earring troubles.
What? No, I've already fixed that a while back.
You fixed it?
Yeah.
Your earring troubles?
I just had trouble putting them on.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
What other kind of rings does Alex wear?
Regular rings too.
Just regular rings, yeah.
Chained to something else up here.
How dare you?
I wish.
How dare you?
I'm not gonna show you guys, but the image of me laying down is so funny because I haven't put the sheets on. So I'm just.
You're just a hobo on a mattress?
Yeah, it's like a hobo on a mattress with a green blanket. And it looks like a hobo blanket.
Is it like...
Yeah, I know, right?
Is it like one of those plastic mattresses they give you in the pin?
Does that mean
no,
Brandon's
I bought my mattress
I don't
from
think
home.
Brandon put sheets on his bed.
Brandon did not put sheets on his bed. I think he's 40. Sleeping. Yeah, he is 40. I think he's sleeping in a sleeping bag on the mattress right now.
That's dedication to the craft.
The craft of work.
Yeah.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's Tuesday, and look at all those exhausted faces. I know why Fire's face is exhausted. Our puppies are recovering quite nicely, sort of, we hope.
Let's not jinx it.
They're starting to be interested in food, thank goodness.
That's a good sign.
But yeah, that was fun last night. That was a good session.
Yeah.
And, you know, now that Faerun Reborn is in its final series of arcs.
I knew it was Beloy. I knew it was Beloy. I knew it was Beloy.
Beloy, that son of a bitch.
I knew it was him. He stayed in Tercosta's lab to research. I knew it was him.
Right. He's like, change me into a monster.
That was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that was like third level or fourth level ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. It's crazy.
Fourth level, man.
But hey, welcome to Denizens and their masters. We'll do our recap shortly. We're waiting. Up there's Alex. Thyson is with us. I heard his lovely voice.
Yep.
Mike Thyson.
I actually wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if Aiden was going to join us because I know that's his sister.
His sisters.
My eldest daughter turned 23 today. 23.
Happy birthday, Abby.
And what's going to be crazy is in about a month and a half, my youngest will be a day old and my oldest will be 23 years old.
Yes.
Built-in babysitter.
There's some not that far away. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work that way. Did Mara freeze or is she holding perfectly still?
She's holding perfectly still.
Whoa! That's what teachers can do. That's how
she's drained of all life right now because she's had.
I really am.
Yeah. We need to invigorate her because she's had a crap week.
She was Drax eating a nut, and she went
I am
invisible.
moving so slow.
You cannot see me.
I sort of feel like I might fall over right now. So.
Yeah, I hear you. It's only Tuesday, and look at all of our tired faces.
I don't want to hear that. It's a terrible thing to say.
I know, right? Look at Sam. She's like, today's Friday,
our
right?
neighbors are being really sketchy right now, and they're like,
oh, but Sam looks adorable.
For being like illegal sketchy. So we're kind of like, what's going on out there?
Yeah.
Even if she's tired, she looks adorable. Her hair is made, and like she has earrings on, and
I don't know.
Adorable.
Mara's half-lidded look is kind of got that sultry "I might kill you" look.
I think
she definitely wants to kill something. You need to throw her a bone tonight.
I was a little worried.
Give her somebody to slaughter.
We had almost back-to-back encounters already.
I know.
You guys took on the dragon, traveled, and then we finished with the start of the water monster, and then the destruction of the water monster, meeting up with the Bright Queen at her camp. So let's go ahead and do our recap. But before we do, hey everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. Everything you need to know about us is down below in the About section. Our schedule is very busy now. This Friday, Age of Arcanum wraps up. We'll be concluding that campaign, and that will be freeing up a potential studio spot for us. So we're super excited about that. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, the first Thursday of every month will be the new one-shot schedule. Mostly because we have a new game starting up, and I got to talk to Enigma about that. We will be having a RPG Star Wars game that we're going to fire up. And we're not sure what day. And if it ends up being Thursday, we have to talk about one-shots and whether or not those are going to still be around. Friday, we're going to keep that time slot open for creative time and interviews with other players and other DMs and storytellers, and just kind of make Friday a creative work kind of day. Before we'll probably not turn that to an in-studio game till after Sebastian gets here. We have an idea of what our schedule is going to be like then. But this Saturday, we have a new game that we'll be bringing you called The Graying Lands. It is a 5e campaign based in Wildmont. based in the deep north with a really kind of fun new group. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. And then Sunday, Debtor's Gambit from 1 to 4. I don't know if we're going to be streaming this Sunday, Debtor's Gambit. That falls on the baby shower. So we might be skipping this Sunday.
I have my baby shower. Speaking of which, Sam, I got the bonnet and oh my gosh, they're so adorable. The little Yoda hat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The Yoda one's really
So
only
cute.
for newborn age. It's itty bitty, but the bonnet
Oh,
is
yeah.
6 months.
Oh, yeah.
So cute.
And then Sunday evening from 5 to 8 o'clock is the Adventures in Kalish and the Absent Throne, the Continent of Luna Verde, our homebrew in-studio game. So we're always trying to bring you something to play with and watch and learn. And because, here at the TTRPG Academy, it's teach, play, learn. So, hey, hang out, sit back, and let's find out what these knuckleheads are going to do tonight as they are, well, they're in a strange and unusual place. If there's a bright center of the universe, they are clearly furthest from it. As we last left off, the team, having rebounded out to the Vermalock Wildwood after retrieving the arcane seal, they then made a long foot journey back along the Cyrios River and the marshlands, where they encountered a green dragon. Dealing with the green dragon, they continued on along the Cyrios shores, where they came across a water creature of some sort that Mara wanted to play tag with and went swimming with. And then finally, they had met up with the Bright Queen's entourage, having left the lesser city of Cyrios, and bringing her encampment out into the wilds, tracked down our team as she heard that they were on their way to return with the arcane seal. However, a little bit of information had been learned during our team's travel across the wilds and across the Zorhashian plains. As they met in council with the Bright Queen, her immediate entourage, commanders, nobles, and other influentials as well, and discovered some things. One, all of the borders are in chaos or in a state of lockdown at this point. The Zorhashian army is clearly split amongst taking advantage of the fact that things are in upheaval, and the fact that the other part of the army seems to be content with the idea of maybe even forming a pact with the Dwendals and other independent forces in hopes of dealing with this entity, this individual known as Shulaman, and whatever pact he's made with Zarel. However, we learned that the undead island, last scried by fire, is now off the shore of Hollyhead, and that there seems to be something going on there in regards to the mansion or residence that the gentleman had vested some interest in. A residence that seemed to possibly be a gateway or portal into Avernus, as it was described to those within the council. Also, it would seem that, I believe where we last left off, as the council broke up for the afternoon before wanting to meet again in the evening to discuss the findings of the arcane seal, it was Mara who slipped off amongst the crowd, found a private location, and finally had an opportunity to reach out to Albin. Did I lose? Oh, it's all the way over there. Not sure why I keep doing that. I always set my water down where it's not near me.
It wasn't me.
I know it was me.
I'm just saying it wasn't me.
Where Mara had finally had an opportunity to reach out to Albin, and reaching out to Albin had afforded her some information. One, Albin is still alive, as far as she knows, based on his ability to respond to her. They currently have the Zehefe Uladan. Although the information that the Bright Queen has, they believe him to be dead, as Shulamon is now in charge of all the cities of the Menagerie Coast. With that, it's afternoon. The council has taken a break. What would you guys like to do?
I never made it back to everybody. As far as I know, I was still out getting my message.
Yep.
So can I head back in and see where everyone is?
Yep. We'll say for now it didn't take all that much time. So everyone's still kind of milling about the massive interior of the pavilion. Little council members kind of off in different areas, and there in the very center, kind of off to the side, you can see Tobias and Thyson and who's Alex? Oh, Asborn, Samara Fire.
I forgot to change it from our one-on-one session.
Are they with other people or are they alone?
They appear to be just themselves, talking amongst themselves.
All right. If I speak to them, are we going to be overheard?
Give me a perception check.
16?
I mean, even if you think you're not going to be overheard, you are in the pavilion of one of the most notoriously powerful and influential leaders within the Zorhasian area. Chances are somebody's going to be listening in.
What time of day is it?
It's afternoon.
All right. I'm not going to share right now then.
Okay.
Her sending stone only works back and forth between Albin and her, right?
It's
Correct.
a pair.
Okay.
It was a wedding gift.
Is this kingdom called Zorhas, or is it the Kryn?
Well, the Zorhasian...
It's not a continent, but a region?
Yeah, the Zorhasian region is mostly dominated by the Kryn dynasty. The Bright Queen is the leader of the Kryn dynasty. Whenever they hold council, they usually hold council in Cyrios. However, the capital is known as Nicodranus. Nicodranus is a giant city of a place that is the seat of the actual power of the Bright Queen. The fact that she's exposed currently means that she's definitely got a vested interest in understanding what is going on with the Dwindles and the Clovis Conclave and all the other forces that seem to be struggling and trying to deal with the recent activities over the last 5 or 6 months. The more culminating activity would be what happened at Darktoe, your absence, and then your eventual return, and the restoration of the Ivory Heart City, the home city of the Luxodon tribes. But Zorhas is made up of wastelands, independent city-states, wild, barren. Zorhas is considered to be the heart of the last of the land that is recovering post-calamity. Everything here is difficult. Everything here is hard. Everything here is barren. And it's an environment that's not easy to exist within. The Bright Queen has brought some stability and has been making attempts over the decades and many years to try to establish a sense of control and order and bring about society, bring about peace and control, and be able to, exhibit strength when necessary. But the Kryn dynasty, by all stretch of the imagination, even though the nobility is dominated by drow, the population itself is, for the most part, humanoid, with humans being rare from time to time. But because of the overall vastness of the space and the harsh environment, it breeds a very tough society, breeds a very tough individual to a certain extent, while also creating unique political situations as well.
Okay.
And that would be common lore and common knowledge for everybody.
So that's why we were getting so many weird monster encounters. It's not really... They don't have like a wide-ranging like control over their area yet. They're more like city states.
Wild.
Yeah, it's very wild.
Okay, cool.
All right. So,
Aren't we
I'm going to my ship.
we don't know it's there yet.
Mm-hmm. You walked outside, and there was a massive shadow, and you look up, and there's my ship.
Yeah, Mara was the one that
How
saw
are
it.
you gonna get up there, Tobias? Is there a rope hanging down?
We haven't walked out yet.
Throw me up there, Mara.
Oh, I thought we all.
That's all special.
I was the only one who saw the ship. I thought
Correct.
You saw it when you went out to go find a place for
Oh.
Alvin. We were still in the tent.
Hey, Tobias, guess what I saw?
What?
Come here, let me show you something.
All right.
Well, I'm curious. I'm going to follow because I'm a cat, you know.
I'm following too.
I lead him out to the ship.
Tell me you don't turn into a different kind of animal.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
You turn into
As
a
you guys
kitty?
come out of the pavilion, looking up and skyward, Tobias, you can see your airship floating roughly 75 feet up in the air. You see
Oh my God!
a large metal stanchion that's been placed at both stern and the bow, and
What's a stanchion?
it seems to be anchored to it. It's a very tall metal post.
Oh, okay.
So how do we get up there?
So
I
it's
climb
like it's like a flying ship hitching post.
So he just
Woohoo! I jump in the air. Woohoo! And I run over there.
clicking his little heels.
Captain Tobias Fairweather
Arr.
flies again.
Weren't we getting a goblin horde? Wasn't that a thing that we're gonna do right now?
No, we
we're-
we have to go fight that.
I'm gonna use my
that
ship.
guy.
Yeah, me and
There's-
Dyson are gonna go fight him and kill him.
Akron.
There were a
Archon?
couple options.
The leader is
There
Akron.
was
Akron?
there were three options that were presented as possibilities. There was the great turtle or land tortoise community known as the Urzin. They are a roaming nomadic tribe of about 5,000 dwellers who, on the back of sun tortoises, their village exists on about 40 of these sun tortoises. And these sun tortoises wander the wastes, and this village kind of moves along with it from the back of the shells of these creatures. That was one option. There's the Dumerian stronghold of the hobgoblin leader. That's another possibility. Both of these communities are not very fond of the Kryn dynasty and the idea of coming under the umbrella of society, and have so far stayed away from the politics, stayed away from the influence of empire and dynasty. And the third option was the many hosts of Yggdrathad. Yggdrathad is made up of many communities of, well, even though they're made up of many communities, for the most part, they are made up of 6 major communities, and they have a pact of an agreement. And this particular community does have a relationship with the Kryn dynasty, and they are somewhat friendly towards them. That pact could potentially be invoked and called upon as well. These 3 options all were kind of mentioned during the council, because for the most part, the council meeting was made up of a discussion of what to do in regards to the current both political and military standoff that's currently going on. The idea that Suleiman has clearly gained a great deal of power, but yet the information being gleaned is somewhat limited. But it would seem that the Bright Queen is determined to take either the side of a pact, an agreement with any armed force willing to stabilize the relationship with the Clovis Conclave, as well as the Dwindles, or possibly gain enough force to take advantage of the weakness of what's going on. So this is more about influence, more about political resolution, and trying to figure out how best to proceed. The second half of the council will be a discussion about the arcane seal.
So we still don't know what it does, right?
You have an idea, mostly from Thyson's interaction with it. There's definitely a kind of an idea of what it's capable of, but how it exactly works and how to use it in its intended purpose is kind of unknown still. All of you stand there looking up at the big airship.
Can we see a rope ladder or anything off the side?
No, nothing you can see dangling off the side. Samara, you watch as War Chief Kel comes over. Good to see you, sister.
Likewise.
Our people have shown in great force. Tobias, how do you like your ship?
Great. What kind of weapons does it have?
Captain, we say...
Thank you.
I'm gonna whisper into his ear, you say nothing, you're the captain.
We thank you, Chief.
It's a privilege for them to work on your ship.
The ship looks amazing. The ship looks amazing.
Thanks for making up for what someone else didn't do.
She made it not trackable.
Well, anyway.
Fire.
Yeah.
We did include a rather interesting way.
Put a ball of yarn in it.
We did make up a interesting way to get aboard. If you would like to tour your ship.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There's no creatures being harmed on the ship, right?
Hey. Let's not ask questions we don't want answers to. Okay? I don't need to know. Okay?
Well, anyways, this sounds like psychological damage. I'm not... Anywho. You watch as he pulls out of a messenger bag because he's going to, 3 very small metal discs. And he tosses them out onto the ground, and they grow to about 3 foot in diameter. And he steps on one of them.
Oh, I step on one too.
Get on. Surprisingly solid.
Twice. Come on.
Dude, Magneto type beat?
I'll
go on the last one.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, Boulder Parchment cheers you for it.
I'll climb on top of Fire's shoulder. Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Okay.
What's going to happen?
They only hold one person.
So is
each?
everybody going?
Mm-hmm. Does it only hold
How
one
big
person?
are they? Can Samara and I both fit on one?
Yeah, Samara and Mara and Kel will take one.
Oh.
Okay.
Fire, Tobias, and Asborn will take the other. And then Thyson can ride on the third.
How come he gets his own?
How do I get his own? Hey, I'm the captain.
But you're
Oh,
little.
look at him. I'm a big boy. You're a small boy. I'm going to get on and go up.
Okay, all 3 of the discs
You used to
begin
be a small
rise
boy.
as
I'm a
these
small little hobbit.
magical discs float higher and higher up in the air. They kind of pivot and circumvent the ship as well, allowing all of you to see that for the most part, it looks identical to what you remember looking. The only difference is they have replaced all the magical artifacts of propulsion with gearwork and physical components and actual kind of like propulsion systems that seem to make a little bit more engineering sense as opposed to arcane sense. Kel kind of looks over at Tobias as all 3 discs are getting closer to the surface of the airship. Unfortunately, we do not understand the nature of the lightning cannons. Perhaps you and yours can figure it out. That's arcane skill we just do not possess. However, as you can see...
But they're still there?
Could they function as regular cannons, or could they be
but we can
fashioned in
charge
such a way?
But we can charge them up with magic.
We're going to charge those up and use them.
Thyson knew how to do that, right?
I bet the Bright Queen knows how to do it.
Both Dyson and I used yeah.
Okay.
We'll try.
I rescind my question.
So the main system that keeps it aloft is a massive air dirigible blimp-like system. Similar to what you remember Qualish using, but the only difference is this seems to be made of a metallic sailing fabric. There's a heavy metal netting that kind of surrounds it to keep the fabric kind of condensed. And in the very center where the mainmast would be is this weird kind of like system that seems to be in perpetual flame, and you can see that hot air is being kind of pushed up into the dirigible system. And as all the discs kind of land on the deck of the ship, Kel begins to describe what the Gnome and Luxodon engineers were able to accomplish. The helm's deck is still where you steer. We have no knowledge of what those other things are capable of. I would assume that you and your friends do. Those glass and crystalline cylinders have been left on board. They are yours. We have no use for them. We don't understand how they work. The 2 lightning cannons on the right and the 2 on the left are still here intact. The only thing we took out were the components that were magical in nature regarding how the ship used to fly. We felt it important to take out those mechanics and replace them with our own pulley, lever, and gear system. As you can see, and he points to the left, you can see this huge pulley system with these massive gearworks, and there's a prop that's slowly spinning in almost like a neutral fashion, and then another one on the other side. Those are your main methods of propulsion. As far as we know, the air keeps you aloft, the propellers keep you moving forward. We use a form of arcane fire magic that should last, I think, a good 5 years before it needs to be refueled. And the heat going down manages the propulsion system, and the heat going up keeps you aloft. However, we have pulleys, levers, and other things that allow you to retract all of the propulsion systems, so that if you want to settle in the water, you can use it as a normal ship as well.
That's good.
However, since this is not a typical ship, it's much smaller. There were limitations to what we could accomplish due to its size. You still only have the 3 decks, the main deck, the common deck, and the cargo deck. Other than that, we've made no other alterations. And we'll say this tour takes about, 20, 30 minutes. We have our engineers building more as well.
Would you say a main deck and what other deck?
Main deck, common deck, and cargo deck.
I think that would definitely help if our troops from the tribe were manning these ships.
Yeah, I don't think I can re-engineer the idea of the cannons. We'll stick with ballista and gunpowder cannons for now. The engineers had a hard time understanding how the lightning guns worked.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see if they'll still work. We'll have to try. We have to try.
I leave that to you and your friends.
They might. They might not. We got to test it. Oh darn! We have to test it. We have to shoot something.
Well, he hands over the messenger bag to Samara. You watch as the 3 discs are put back inside of it. This is a messenger bag of Tenz's disc. There are 3 of them. If you ever need to drop down to the surface, or if you ever are in need of moving, flying without using spells, these should help you.
Thank you, Chief.
Your mother's been working on these.
Disc?
Yes. Your mother's been working on these for some time.
Yeah, it's a spell. Tenzer's floating discs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a spell.
It's a spell that we have, but it's in the messenger bag, so it's just bound to it. So don't have to use spell slots. So that's awesome. Sorry, a little out of character.
Casting.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So, Captain Tobias, what's the name of our new ship?
good luck. Enjoy. And you watch as a streak of light, and he steps through it and is gone.
How? What? Where?
They know things, man. They know things.
We're alone on the ship now.
Oh, 358 points.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I got a hold of Albin.
How'd it go?
So long story short, didn't actually get a hold of Albin. He sent me like a secret message, but I couldn't like talk to him. He has the Zehefe, not dead. I don't know. They're in hiding. Nicodranus, not safe. Zune, not safe. Nowhere safe. Don't go to Hollyhead. Avoid it at all costs.
So don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. And then he also said to beware of the Dwindles and the Bright Queen. So don't trust anyone.
Don't trust anyone. Don't do anything.
Don't go
Don't
anywhere.
go anywhere.
Yes.
That does
Okay.
not
What?
sound like us.
So
I just.
We never do that.
we got a lot of spies.
I mean, he knows us, right?
First of
Definitely
all,
not gonna listen
we
to
never listen to anybody and what they say. He should know that already.
He does.
Yeah, I know he wants to keep you alive, but you know he does realize who you're with.
Clearly something is going on if the Bright Queen thinks the Zehefe is dead, but he's not.
Or what if all of what he said was in like reverse and the Zehefe is actually dead? Nicodranus and
opposite
Port
day?
Zune are safe, like opposite day. Go to Hollyhead and accept the Dwindles and the Bright. I'm totally kidding.
I
but-
think that you're grasping.
Right, because that would mean that
Well-
he's not in hiding.
And he's not in hiding, and he's
Maybe
actually
he's getting
running
tortured and he's being
the
told to tell
Menagerie
us that.
Coast now. So
Got it.
he's the boss of
He's,
the Menagerie Coast.
He's
Yeah,
out streaking somewhere.
Out streaking, yes. Why? Why?
That's the
As long
opposite
as
of hiding,
he's a
right?
as long as he's a lion, that's okay.
Fair.
Oh, he's a lion.
So yep, that's all I know. I didn't get anything else because I couldn't actually talk to him. He sent it in like a code.
And you're sure you got the code right?
So
Yep.
Okay.
he could. What do you mean a code?
We have like a
Tap,
code
tap,
that we use to like
Tap,
send secret messages.
tap, tap, tap,
How do you know it was
tap,
him?
tap,
Does he
tap.
have a certain kind of tap?
He's the only one with access to the stone.
Not if the stone was taken away from him.
Sure,
Did
but
you-
it had to have been at least someone in the family because it was only the family uses that specific code.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I guess.
So, which part of his advice are we not going to listen to? What's the
all of
plan?
it.
No, obviously all of it. But what's
Well,
the
I
plan?
feel
Where are we
like
going?
we're going to Hollyhead, right?
Eventually, but we want to make a smoke screen. If they got his whole army and 1,000 hobgoblins and all these other things attacking, he's not going to look at that. He's going to send all his forces over there.
Are we sticking with the Bright Queen? Are we like siding with them? Are we throwing our hat in over here?
We kind of already did.
We're kind of in it, right? I mean, we went and did that
We
for
don't
her,
have
so
to
we
be.
got to
We can just
figure out.
like cut and run, right?
Except they now have 1,000 Luxodons.
Well, wait a
That's
minute.
fine.
Well,
I'm not saying we
except
need to like, be
that's-
their enemy,
that's
but we can just like go,
Hey, we don't trust anybody.
right?
Yeah, we're nice. Yeah, we're pleasant with her. Do I trust her? No, I don't trust anybody. But
Okay, so what about that seal thing though?
yeah, that's what we got to stick around for to find out what's going on with it. How
So, should we go
use
back
it.
down to the ground?
Did we just give her like ultimate power? We don't trust her.
I don't think we've given. Did we give her the seal already? I didn't think we'd given her the seal.
No,
No.
No.
you're supposed to discuss it in the evening.
Who's holding it?
Me, Smurf,
Thyson.
Tyson
Oh,
still
okay.
has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
ultimate
Okay.
power, idiots.
We could just ditch her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing that's stopping us from just like
See you later,
going.
bitch. No.
Yeah, except
I like how it's
she-
Mars'
okay,
idea.
but-
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I could just see like 30 drow like teleporting under my ship and killing us all. Okay.
Not just that.
I feel like it's Albin's idea.
But
I don't trust anybody anymore. Let's go.
We bail with this arcane seal, and they will slaughter the Luxodons. We can't do that.
Please don't do that.
Fair enough. We don't know. We don't even know what the seal thing is.
I know, but we're not going to find out if we don't talk to her about it.
Or
we'll talk to her about it, find out what it is, see how we can use it, and then we'll go from there. If she tries to backstab us or betray us, then we'll handle it like we normally do.
We did not bring back the Ivory Heart City in order to bring all of the Luxodons together and get them slaughtered. Because
wouldn't that just be terrible?
I'm gonna spend my time on the ship.
Because Sam is the one that they came for because she was here with them, and then she's part of their tribe, and they joined because Sam was here with them, and we kind of run.
Okay, exposition dumb. Give me a sec.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the seal and I'm gonna go into like one of the back rooms of the ship and go look at it.
Okay.
Don't blow
While
the
she's
ship.
doing that,
While you do that, we should do the magic mansion on the ship and then go in there, and then they can't see what we're doing.
that's a good idea.
That's fine by me. I'll do that.
Okay.
So while he's doing that, I think, and if he finds out something cool about what it is, if not, I think we just need to have an exit strategy after we find out what it does.
Yeah, here it is. It's called our ship.
How fast does the ship go?
Oh yeah,
Not very
Jason,
fast.
do you have stats on the ship yet?
It's going to be the same stats that you have from the Githyanki one that was already sent out. The only difference is it doesn't move quite as fast.
So it's the same but different.
Yeah.
It's the same,
Well, yeah,
but
because
it's not
that
the
ship
same.
had all that you needed. The only thing is it's not an arcane ship anymore.
Does it have
So,
sails?
the only remaining arcane serviceability is the ability to charge the crystals and make the cannons work. Otherwise, the ship only flies at like a 60-foot fly rate.
Fly speed was 70.
Yeah,
no,
now
hover,
it's 60.
So does it have sails?
No, that was
No.
out when not in the astral sea. It was 40 feet.
Correct.
Okay.
So it actually moves more efficiently in the material plane. This thing will not function at all in the astral sea.
It can't get to the astral
No plane
sea.
shifting on the.
No plane shifting.
Okay, so
Exactly.
it's
All of that
60
part's been
feet?
removed, but the
Right.
ability to charge the crystals within the arcane space and use them on the cannons is the only part that's left behind. Otherwise, it's now more of a physical, manual kind of ship as opposed to the arcane nature of it. But it looks the same, right? They didn't alter the look.
Does it still have cloaking?
No, because that's arcane.
Damn it. Okay.
It doesn't have any of that. It's a
Someone learned
dugout
cloaking
canoe
added.
with
That's
a
my favorite
limp-
new
with
show
a
you can
balloon
watch
on it.
right now on Netflix, free of charge. With your Netflix 30-day free trial.
You work for Netflix?
Didn't know that we were
What are
advertising.
we advertising?
Sarcastic.
And why don't you enjoy a cool, crisp, new Coke Zero taste flavor while watching Arcane?
Hey,
we might
motherfucker,
get actually-
shut up.
You might actually get paid for that or sued.
Sponsorship.
I
Or
can't
soon.
drink
Well, yeah.
soda
Yeah.
right now. That's so mean.
Cry about it.
I will.
That's how I got addicted to seltzer fire.
Yeah, I've been trying different things.
Just don't use the D word. If you use the D word, they'll definitely grab you. You know, D-land?
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I love how
there's a
she's
lot
like,
of D words.
Oh. Because she knows a lot of D words.
I do.
No, she just knows one.
Dork?
Yeah.
So if it has, so my theoretical question is, if it has sails, could I give it a boost with like an air elemental and like boost it
The
an extra
dirigible
5?
balloon itself is like a massive sail all on its own. The propulsion system is the main prop on either side. If you were to get behind at the very rear helm of the ship and use your magic to manipulate the dirigible from that position, maybe.
Okay.
So if we
So I-
capture an elemental and then we put a
We're
fire
not
elemental in
capturing
with
an
it and make
elemental.
it
I
shoot out the back.
No,
We don't
I will
need a
talk to
fire
an
elemental?
and it will be nice and it will help. We're not capturing anything.
Because the arcane fire that's in there will last 5 years. We don't need an arcane.
Yeah, the ship is definitely
We
not
don't-
lasting 5 years, so that's plenty of time.
I know.
What?
At the rate we go.
Yeah, you're kind of right about that.
Right?
Already got one ship in impound.
But question, Captain,
Yeah.
what is the name of our new ship?
Yeah, what's our
I
ship's
was
name?
kind of contemplating that.
The Crimson Mouse 2?
No,
The Flying Rat?
The Bloody Mouse.
Shulaman's pain in the ass. How's that?
I think it's
What about
too long.
no? What about
Crimson-
Shulaman's Bane? Ooh,
Crimson Revenge.
Crimson
I
Revenge.
like Crimson Revenge.
Crimson Revenge.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
I like Crimson Revenge.
Let's see.
Get one creative thought a day. You're welcome.
Okay.
Use that one brain cell.
And I'm out.
What do you think? Crimson Revenge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Crimson Revenge.
Yeah, baby.
We have a lot of people to be vengeful against, so
We did.
Yeah.
Our list is
We
long.
do. Our list
the list is long and
Full
Yep.
of terrors. Yeah.
yeah, full of people that can kick our ass. But we don't care about that.
You're way too prideful for any of that nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
don't,
knock-
we don't tell me the odds.
I'm gonna knock on the magic mansion and be like, Dyson, are you done?
Shut
So
up.
how long do you want to take, Thyson, to do this?
Technically, he is on a different plane of existence. He can't really hear us.
No.
Yeah, that happens often. I
What
agree.
am I doing? The seal thing? How long?
Yeah, how long do you want to take?
Yeah, how long are you playing with it?
As long as I can until I
Oh, you
figure
have
out
to
what the
say it
hell
like
it's
that.
doing.
I love you.
Creepy
Okay.
as fuck on that one.
As long as I can until I find out what it's doing.
So you're gonna play with it as long as you can? Okay.
You're gonna play with it as long as you can.
Shut
until
Tomorrow
it's
starts bugging you.
Shut up! Shut up!
I can literally disintegrate you into ash. I hope you remember this.
I can kill you with my brain.
I'm your only friend.
I'm your
Friend.
only friend. I'm
We
your
got the
only
bottle away
friend.
from you when you were all bottle obsessed.
So we'll start off with an Arcana check. Dyson, give me an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
25.
You get the feeling that this thing is inherently magical with many different possibilities. You get the feeling that attuning to it will reveal itself completely.
Oh. I'll just do that then.
Okay.
You become an avatar of the god.
Terrible idea.
Should we do
Terrible
that
idea.
though?
He explodes into 1,000
Oh, it's
molecules.
a terrible idea.
Would you get a 35? You needed a 36.
As soon as he says, well, I'm gonna do
I
that,
spend
we're
my-
all like, but
I spend my 1 hour tuning.
The mansion explodes.
takes you
Okay.
an hour to attune.
Yeah.
Always has.
All right.
So with that, that's going to take you an hour to do that. So what are you guys doing while he's doing that?
I'm just
Looking in
checking
and
out
of
the ship and
magic
how it works.
mansion.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Eating.
familiarize myself with the new stuff.
I think Fire, you and I should go look at the cannons and see what sort of magic, like how to
Yeah.
charge it.
Let's go do that. I'm gonna put some.
You
spell
guys are on
slots
the
into it.
guns.
Oh wait, but we can't shoot it while we're here.
No, we're not gonna shoot it here, but I want to
Just
see.
don't hit anything important.
I think they're a little jumpy, and I don't want them to shoot us.
Send a message to someone in camp. Hey, we're testing the cannons.
Test the cannons. That's an order.
That's a good
Who
idea,
cares what
yeah.
they think?
Because
The floaty
Because
guy
I
that
don't-
wanted to kill us, maybe.
Oh, that guy's
Well,
a joke.
Ethic?
So whoever's interested in the cannons, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
mm,
Do you have investigation? Because
I am looking right now. I do not. It's not great.
Okay.
Oh my god, what kind
All right,
of crew do
I'll
I
go.
have?
I've got great perception. I'm not
That's
I
great.
think I should do it. Wait a minute, maybe I should do it.
I'm doing it.
If it requires an investigation and sleight of hand,
Ooh,
I'm,
but I got
I'm
a
the man.
19.
Oh, good. Okay. You needed a 20. They explode.
I don't have a bonus. There's no bonus. It's 0.
So without dicing around, he is down below in the helm's deck doing whatever he snuck off to do.
He's in the Magic Mansion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in the Magic Mansion. Currently, each cannon has the ability for a charge crystal to set into the base of it. The original mechanics still seem to apply. When that charge crystal is infused and placed, it will allow you to operate the cannon. That all looks intact from what you can remember from fighting the white dragon up in the, when you were cruising through the Morrow Valley. However, currently there's no crystal container in the platform.
Okay.
Did we say where we got that from, or where we could get more?
There are
we
more
still have
empty crystals down below in the helm.
That's right. We just need to charge them. That's right.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. I have a list of. There were. Ow! Sorry. Getting kicked.
I'm gonna say kick in the ribs.
We can have a total of 300, and was it 30 per, or was it 25 per charge? Hold on. I'm looking at the other.
25 shots per?
No, each crystal has
This is Balcon
25
cannon, 10 charges.
charges.
Oh.
I think each crystal has 25 charges, and we had enough for 300 charges
Oof, that's a lot. Okay.
total. So, what is that? 5 times 3, 15 crystals?
Okay.
About
My
what you remember
math.
having down in the helm's hold, yeah.
Yeah. So, they're just all empty right now. And it takes 25 spell slots to fill each one, right?
Jesus.
So how do I do
Jason?
it?
From what you
Jason?
recall, yeah, it's in the information on the ship, yeah.
You just you cast spells into it
You
to
dump
charge it.
spells into it.
You dump spells into it. Yeah. You just dump spell slots into it to charge it.
Okay. Can we do that?
Is it a
Wow.
direct 1-to-1? Like a 5th level is 5 slots?
I don't remember that. Because I think we only really dumped 1st and 2nd level spells into it. Jason, out of character. Was it one, like a 5th level slot was just 1, or was it?
They're all just one.
They're
Whatever
all just-
It
spell
says
slot you have
25
available.
levels of spells.
Yeah, so the idea is, use your lower spells first, just in case.
Mhm.
But now that the crystals don't require a regular maintenance of charge, because you're no longer flying an arcane ship, you're flying a manual physical ship.
We're not going to be using the charges
Yeah,
to
I
move
mean,
the
for the-
ships. So
right,
it's just
so
the
They're just going to
ammo.
sit there in the cannon. So we just really need 1 crystal per cannon.
How many cannons are there again?
4.
4.
2 on the
And
right,
then-
2 on the left.
And they
Yeah,
don't
no.
I know this is probably a silly question, but they don't like expire, right? Like if I put a spell slot in there, it's not going to be like you have to use it within
it's
a
not
day.
draining
that's
it.
a silly question.
It just sits there till you fire the cannon, right?
No, I think
Yeah,
Sure.
I
as you
think the reason
load
why-
the crystal onto the cannon, it says expires 8:42 post conversion.
Exactly. You never know.
Like on a carton of
pretty
milk.
sure- I'm pretty
Never
sure
know.
the only reason why they're
Well,
all
and what you
Magic
remember from
might
the
turn.
previous testing, each crystal is good for 5 shots.
Okay, so we
Okay,
really
so
do
let me
want
write this
to
down.
fill up all 15 crystals.
Do we want to fill all?
We want to fill up
Well,
all
it's
15.
only 5 shots.
It's only 5
Not
shots
10.
per.
Sure.
I mean,
I mean,
why
I'm
not
down. What
fill
do you-
them up? We
what do
just,
you need me
in
to
our
do?
downtime?
I'm not very bright, but I'm willing.
That's always lovely.
I'm looking at my rolls and it's terrible, but I'm willing to help.
Well, let's do. I'm gonna blow my 1st level spells, all 4 of them, and I'm gonna put them into the crystal one. The one here in front of us that we're looking
Okay,
at.
Does it matter which spell, or are you just putting the slots?
Just the
I'm
slot.
just the
Just
slots.
slots. Okay.
Just put
I
it in the
will-
slot.
Yes.
I will do that as well. I have 4 first level spells.
Okay.
What's the
Fire.
damage on that lightning cannon?
I will send you the sheet again if you.
I got the sheet. I don't see the lightning cannon on there. I see a force cannon.
I think that's the lightning cannon. I see
Okay.
bow cannon. Ranged weapon.
I mean, I
attack,
have what you have right here.
Creature takes 8d6 force damage. Yeah, so I don't think it's lightning damage. I think it is force damage.
I know it says
it's now lightning damage.
10 charges. It does like a line of damage, so like if there's something behind it, it hits it too. Creature takes 8d6 force damage. On a failed saving throw, success halves. The object in the line stops, and the effect for any creature or object within the attack range behind it takes 4d6 force damage. Okay.
So we just need to line up all of the bad guys and shoot them
In a row
in 120 feet.
Solid.
I'm sure they'll be amenable to that. They'll do it once.
Like all of you guys just line up straight out from here 120 feet, and then we're just going to shoot you up.
Yeah, for sure.
Solid.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Okay.
perfectly normal. And I will say from previous use of the cannons, I mean, they do a lot of damage. I will also say this. You also learn that there's the ability to do what's called an overshot, where you can use, you could use the entire charge in a single blast, and that's an automatic critical hit if you do hit.
Ooh.
Okay. So we each put 4 into a crystal.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
I
5
don't-
to charge it?
My race spells, I can't dump those in, can I?
No, it's got to be arcane.
Oh, come on. What are you?
Overcharge takes all of the charges?
Correct.
Okay.
I didn't do it.
Asborn, you have spells, right?
That does double damage.
Yeah, Asborn has spells.
You're on mute.
Okay, cool.
I have a bunch of first level slots I can use. I have
Toss them in.
4. I toss in 4 slots.
Okay.
No more first level cure wounds, guys. Sad.
Okay, so ship
We
has
should just get some of those.
4, 8, 12 slots now.
There, you guys like the new overlay?
What new overlay? Oh,
I can't see.
the Denizens their
Oh, with
masters overlay.
the characters?
That's cool.
I was
Look
just
at
thinking
little
that too. I was
Tobias
like,
right
oh
there.
man, we all made our characters and we don't get to see them. And then right away they're there.
Little tiny Tobias is right there.
Smack
So-
right in your face.
So as we're looking at this, the gem is holding, or the crystal's holding the charges. It's
Correct.
glowing,
Yep.
looking. Oh, guys, I think this will
Crimson
work.
Revenge.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited.
Dyson, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Give me an intelligence save, please.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun-dun.
Oh, very good though. 27.
27. As you spend your hour with the device, it suddenly dawns on you that this thing, there's more to it than you were expecting. It's called the God's Eye.
I had, oh god.
This device was originally intended and was made by someone called the Guardian, an ancient drow of 2 millennia ago. And it was made with the intent of permanently sealing the celestial gates, causing all pantheons to cease their influence upon the world.
Yes.
You begin to realize that if you invoke the ritualistic casting of the God's Eye in a certain way, it will allow you to seal the portal at Darktoe or any celestial or 9 Hell's portal that is open, so possibly could be used at Hollyhead as well.
That's what's up.
The challenge is the requirement. Once you use it, you become the Watcher. You're ensconced in alabaster stone. You're left behind. A Watcher and Guardian are required to always be anchored to its use.
Is that the people, like the guy that we fought that we got it from?
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Not
Of course,
that we know
this
that.
is what Thyson is beginning to realize. So the God's Eye is a very powerful relic. You're not even sure that the Drow understood or the Bright Queen understood what they had.
Time to leave.
Yeah, but we can't leave because we don't, unless one of us wants to sacrifice ourselves. Also, we don't know about this because he hasn't come back yet.
I know.
He hasn't told us yet.
So Thyson, that's everything you can glean from it so far. You get the feeling that deeper and longer you spend delving into it, there might be more revelation here, but you are attuned to it if you choose to remain attuned to it. You understand the invocation, and to get the seal to activate requires a incantation of a level 9 planar shift spell.
All right.
I hate it when I spell the word spell wrong.
What'd you do? Spellll?
No, I did Speel.
Spiel.
Spiel.
Here in the
Here's my
magical
spiel.
world of spiel, we
Oh,
do
nice livers.
the word spiel as it's intended to be used, like spiel.
At all trapped.
Glockenspiel.
Achtung-Spiel. Mars kid's like, Jesus, look at all these old kids on the TV.
All right, guys. PG 11 now. PG.
Boy, it's been a while since you've been
PG
around young kids.
PG
like-
6.
Like,
PG
not
7.
11 at all.
She's like 3, right? 3, 4?
She four.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look for-
You need to be aware of your organ donors there, Tobias. You never know when you're going to need one.
His organ donor's joining the military, though. So
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
I refuse to be an organ stealer.
Oh, I've got 5 kids, or 4, 5th on the way for a reason.
Just get them on the dark web for cheap.
kids.
Kidneys. Yeah, you probably get kids too, but if you ever need a kidney.
Well, I mean, you know, it rhymes. Kid, kidney, kid, kidney.
There's a lot of homeless kidneys out there you can use.
They're probably
So
a little toxic.
we become a sanctuary home for kidneys, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So Thyson hasn't come out yet. I'll let him come out of the Magic Mansion whenever he wants to. But you guys are currently tooling around with this lightning cannon. Fire, you've dumped a spell into it as well?
I dumped four first level spells. We've dumped a total of 12 spells into it.
Okay, so here's the problem. I have to retcon something.
Oh, okay.
Whoever dumped spells into it, it has to be arcane in nature.
Oh. Well, so the
Well,
spell
aren't
has
spells
to be
arcane?
arcane?
Correct.
You mean they have to be magic user spells? Like sorcerer?
Sure, if you want to use 2nd edition nomenclature.
Yeah, I
Which
do.
ones are arcane? Let me see. I have evocation,
So
divination.
Fire.
Yeah.
You are a Pantheon caster.
I know. But some spells could be.
Thyson is an arcane caster.
what kind of caster am
Schools
I?
of magic have nothing to do with
Oh.
the caster. They have
If you're a
to do
druid,
with a
then
general
you're a
understanding
Pantheon
of the
caster,
school of
so-
So we
school
can't
spell
put-
association.
We can't put my spells into it.
Correct. Or Samara's.
Well, boo.
Samara's is derived from nature. Yours is derived from a Pantheon relationship.
Didn't one of you
Right.
pick up wizard spells that you ritually cast
We both have wizard spells.
We have
that
a couple.
Can you put those in?
Those could be put in.
But it takes 10 minutes, or
Correct.
because they're not spell slots.
Correct.
Which wizard ones? Like Find
But
Familiar,
any
that's
of the
a wizard one.
any spell that you cast using that ability will automatically produce an arcane result, as opposed to your traditional result.
You burnt.
So during this time, this hour that he is in the magic mansion,
Okay.
could she and I theoretically ritually cast whatever our wizard spell is?
6 of them. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we do that during that hour?
Yep. I'm okay with that.
So we each take a crystal.
And we're like, meditate for 10 minutes, take a breath. Then meditate for another 10 minutes, then take a breath.
Yeah.
While
Okay.
this is going on, Asborn, give me a perception check, please.
So Asborn cannot, just to be clear. Or Asborn spells.
Asborn's a bard. Any of Asborn's bardic spells are considered arcane.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to
Asborn
find my
can.
dice. Give me 1 second. I do not trust the website. I just got through.
I sent you dice. You have dice.
It's just I don't have anywhere to roll it on my small table.
I have
Get
the
a
same
cup.
problem.
9 plus 1, 10.
As you're kind of watching Tobias fall asleep and Fire and Samara doing yoga with a crystal and
I'm not falling
Mara
asleep.
brushing the hair of an invisible person, you take a moment near the railing to look down, and you can see the camp spread out. You can see where the Luxodon camp is. You can see where the Bright Queen's encampment is, and a smattering of other encampments that are, it takes up quite a bit of space. You're watching as a wagon with about 24 guards, about 3 or 4 wagons, and you see some familiar banners trailing off of these wagons. As it stops in front of the pavilion, you recognize House Sinclair has arrived.
Are we happy or sad?
Fire has mixed feelings.
Good or bad, be happy or sad.
Shall we okay, we're gonna poke our head in. I'm gonna poke my head into the magic mansion. Is this an hour after?
It's now an hour later.
An hour
Asborn
later?
has
Okay.
just seen the Sinclair family arrive,
Okay.
and Thyson will be emerging from the Magic Mansion.
Asborn, you want me to tattoo your face before you see your family?
He's emerging from Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
I want like the worst face tattoo possible. I want like
I mean, with my dice, that is entirely possible.
yeah, like I want.
Not only
I
that,
love
No,
ass.
there's some that you
But-
become proficient in. That's not fair.
You use the tattoo for the spell, and then the tattoo goes away. So it's fine. It's temporary.
Oh my god.
I think my uncle would not appreciate it, so I don't
Just,
want to risk
just
dying.
tattoo like. Oh, I'm trying to think of a terrible face tattoo. Just
It's
like
the same thing
raindrops
each time.
all
It's a-
down your face,
No.
crying. Yeah, yeah. Or like vines, or like a raccoon mask.
No, the first person that passes out drunk at a party gets what on their face?
Cult of
We can't
Tobias.
talk about it because we have children here.
So what are you guys doing?
Let's go down and see the Sinclair
Sinclair's.
peoples.
Are
Well,
we just
there's
leaving
still
Thyson?
what did Thyson find out? There's a lot going on here, and I don't even know if Asborn's told you.
Well, we're all sitting on the deck charging.
Right.
things.
I'm gonna
She
point
is
it out
over
to
at the
everyone.
rail looking down. You're all busy, and Thyson just came out of the Magic Mansion.
So Thyson, what's the verdict?
Yeah.
Can we use it?
What's it do?
Can we run, or do we need them to tell us?
His eyes turn white and he starts to float. I am the god.
I am God now.
I am the destroyer of worlds. Oh no, not again.
I'm the
Not
man,
this
the
again.
sacrifice of cream cheese bagels.
Now I want a bagel.
Don't start talking about food.
With some pastrami and some sunny side up eggs. That sounds really good,
I was
actually.
with
Shit,
you
dude.
until the pastrami. Pastrami, no. No
Pastrami's
pastrami.
great.
No.
Too salty.
You are so welcome to it. No.
So what's the deal, man?
Yep.
I tell them everything.
Okay. Takes him about 5 minutes to repeat everything, but now you know everything that he knows.
That's a lot.
So is it like, do you have to be right there at the portal to close it, or you can just do it from here?
So the guy that we killed was the previous guardian? Was he 2 millennia old?
Wait a minute. So there has to be someone that uses it, right?
Yeah.
Has to be an
And
arcane
then-
magic user.
And then they become the person in that
So
that mummy that we killed.
yeah, so you become a mummy, and then if it was me, then I become like a 700-foot tall mouse that would guard it.
I don't think you become a 7 foot. No, it's not. The guardian's not the beast that we killed.
I'll be tall.
Found
No.
someone way to be tall.
The guardian's not that beast that we killed with the many legs. The guardian was the one inside the tomb that the seal was floating over.
You get the feeling that the greater Udak was the watcher. The guardian was the one who possibly invoked the arcane seal.
The guardian was that mummy that was
Which
inside.
begs the question,
Yeah, but
why?
you know who was there?
Voldemort?
Who? No, that's who should not be named.
Whatchamacallit, when we went into that space,
Do you mean Qualish?
Qualish was there.
That was not actually Qualish. That was an illusion that looked like Qualish.
Huh?
I thought it was
Remember the
Qualish
bright-
from a different time period.
No, that was the Bright
No.
Queen bringing something from our past to try and test us.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't understand magic anyway. What am I talking about? I'm gonna go look at my gears.
Just watch as Tobias stares at the prop.
No, I'm gonna try to figure out how everything works in case something breaks. I
Okay.
can fix it.
So you head over to the helm deck and begin your investigation over there. So give me an investigation check while you do that.
That's what I wanted to do while these guys were doing everything. I got a massive.
I was in
Investigation.
navigation during this time, by the way.
I got
Okay.
a 30. I got a 33.
Okay, as you head off into there, you can see that Mara is in there as well. She is kind of taking a look at everything that you're taking a look. And between the two of you, you make quick work of it. You begin to realize that all the arcane interactions are now gone, removed. The sliding panel that leads down below to where all the other crystalline canisters are still there. And instead of the arcane way that they're absorbed up into the space, a new kind of pulley and elevator system have been put inside so that you can charge them down below, and then that brings them up into the helm's deck, and then you can move them out on to the main deck.
All right.
There's a series of complex pulleys, levers, switches that seem to cause gears to increase propulsion, slow propulsion down, increase the heat expansion for the dirigible, as well as increase the amount of fire that is being consumed to increase and steady the propulsion system as well. If you probably take a bit of time before a long rest to seriously study all of this, and with your knowledge of the previous airship, Tobias and Mara could easily become proficient in these workings.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
I was going to say they had like an hour.
Yeah, I would have done that too.
Fair enough. What are the rest of you doing?
How many people does it look like it takes to run the ship now with all the controls being gear driven and everything?
Probably around a dozen. 4 to man the cannons, at least 2 or 3 on the main air dirigible, 2 or 3 on the heating system, a couple people to manage all the pulleys and recharge, and a dozen crew. So you guys are currently 6. So if you want to be super efficient and responsive, if you were to hire a crew of 6 individuals, you could possibly, become quite well suited to this airship.
Or 12,
Okay.
and then we don't have to work.
There's that too. You are inherently lazy.
Where's that
like
caravan we're walking with? Any of them need jobs?
They've already moved on to Cyrios.
Yeah, they
Has
left.
Asborn
We
told
don't
us
want
that
no-
her family's here?
We don't want no landlubbers. We got to go to a dock
Yeah.
to find some sailors
Yeah,
who
I
can
thought I
climb
did.
around on rigging.
So
There's
Asborn,
no
do you have
docks
any
there.
people in your crew that we could coerce for 6 people that we could snag?
For people, my uncle probably brought a section of my people with him.
So like servants and things.
Yeah. We
Oh
could
yeah,
go
okay.
over
You're
and
gonna have a
check
butler climbing the rigging, huh?
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
you
ain't
just
gonna
want to
work.
pay them. I see.
I want to find some surly individuals. Piratey
Looking from
individuals.
above, can I see any of my people? Any of my ragtag group of individuals?
Maybe I'll have a dozen hobgoblins
Give me
doing it.
another perception check as you kind of lean over and stare, waiting for the individuals to become visible as they step out of the
20.
wagons.
18.
I'm going to look too.
Force of 20 hobgoblin marines on here.
You can give Asborn advantage. You're not going to recognize any of the people fire.
Okay, I will give Asborn advantage.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna roll again.
Fire's like, oh,
Still
yeah,
18.
I killed that
18?
guy's cousin. I killed that guy's nephew.
There's, between all the guards and everybody milling about the caravan, the middle wagon contains somebody from the Sinclair family. You watch as your elderly grandmother is assisted out of the center wagon,
It's maybe not so helpful.
which tells you inherently that your aunt and uncle have taken control of the family council, and the more aristocratic, like the
Aristocratic.
the aristocracy wing of the family has been subjugated, and the more progressive wing of the family is probably in charge now. And this is exactly what Asmon was hoping for. You also get a feeling that maybe Asmon has had something to do with this, because he's been gone for a while, and if his research and his studies have gone well in Taldori, surely this must have influenced the fact that your grandmother's side of the family, which is your aunt and uncle, are now in power. If it was your grandfather that was here, it would be a completely different story. There's even a slight possibility your grandfather might be dead. You're muted.
Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting. I mute so I don't say something by accident while you're talking, and then I immediately start talking without. Oh, just a slight chance he's dead.
He's
I'm
probably
this
dead.
close to sending my grandmother a message saying, "Climb up on the ship. We need more help with rigging."
You'd be very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, that's good to know. Is there a way I can contact Asmon right now through my little bird messaging system?
It would take a while to get a response.
Okay, I'll send one out in the meantime while we're setting up.
Okay.
I have a weird question because I'm thinking about this relic and how we can use it, because it's gonna suck if one of us has to be like sucked in and stay there forever. Does it have to be a person doing it, or could it be? Because my thought is, Bison
It has to be whoever the
homunculus.
wielder is.
What's that?
Has to be whoever it's attuned to.
Okay. All right, so are we going back down to land? What do y'all want to do?
Well, Asborn, do we want to go down there and see the people coming out of the wagon? That lady is old.
Or do we want to cut and run since we know what the thing does and we don't necessarily need to stay?
I wouldn't mind my own family helping me. I'm gonna go greet them.
Have Tobias
think
and
I
I
have to.
rejoined the conversation?
Say that again.
Have Tobias and I rejoined the conversation?
If you want to, sure.
So if we tell everyone what this thing does, then we can potentially pass off the job of wielding it, and we don't have to sacrifice ourselves.
Wow. What do you think?
True.
Floaty guy's going to be the best guy to do that? No.
But do we trust them to actually close the portals?
I mean, no, but
This,
do any of us really want to do that?
but this is a direct.
I can't.
You know, the reason why she's helping us is, I mean, one of the reasons I think is because this is a threat to her country. This is a threat to her and her reign here. So, of course, she's going to help us, but she might have other ulterior motives. We don't know those, but you know, this is a threat to everyone.
Yeah, we have to get
All
those
the kingdoms
celestial
will
gates
fall.
closed. And well, the whole world will fall, and we'll end up being hell on world.
Yeah.
But
I
then
can't remember the name of the world's name, so I said world instead of Earth.
Or Exandria.
Exandria, hell on
Exandria,
Exandria.
that's it. Yeah. We didn't do much schooling. You
No,
were
no,
too
that
busy murdering people.
Listen, I was not a murder hobo.
So then let's
I
just
was-
go
She
share
is
what we know.
committing genocide on her kin.
I was not committing genocide on my kin, and I was not a murder hobo. I was a loaded gun that I was pointed at and shot. Just saying.
Yeah.
So you're describing a tool, are you?
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out the rings and throw them on deck. Say, are we going?
Let's
I climb on one.
let's go down
Come on,
there
try
and
it.
see what they got to say. We can always go from there. And another thing, they don't know we know what it is, so maybe if they like start lying to us,
So
then we'll know what's up.
before we go down, we need to have a plan. So
Right.
those of us who have trouble keeping our mouths closed know what to say and what not to say.
Tobias.
All right, you guys keep a tight lip. I know how you guys are. So
I will make sure that I am quiet.
Are we telling them what the thing is?
no, let them figure it out, and we'll just sit quietly. And then if they lie to us about it, Dyson will know, and we'll be able to know that they're up to shenanigans.
Well, are we handing it off to them?
Well, that's what we said we would do.
Well, we could give it to Floaty Guy, but Dyson said he's attuned to it now, so it's actually his thing to use. So maybe he could get it back easy.
Dyson, are we handing it off?
What are you laughing at, Fire?
And
Are
after
you guys referring to Essek at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essek, the Floaty
Wait.
Guy that turned me into a
I don't think
something.
we've heard his name
Yeah,
in
Essek.
character.
I don't believe so.
I
No,
don't
we
think
did.
we've heard his name.
No.
We told you
No.
his name was Essek.
Right.
Like,
Right.
But you never heard it like in game as characters, no.
No, I know. I've watched Critical Role, so I've seen.
Wait a
Mara
minute.
and Fire don't know his name is Essek.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
the
they
characters don't know. I
He
don't think
was
they
in the
named him.
council. He floated
Right, but
around.
they
Right.
never called him by
They never
name.
mentioned his name. They never
She
She
called
called
by
him
name.
Essek.
Did she?
I don't,
I don't think
I
so.
have it written down.
I think it was just from them
Written it
telling you
down
that that's who it was.
from-
I think one of
After.
us said Essek.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna watch the last game. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just kidding. Okay. Whatever then. Fine. Might as well just
The floating.
might as well not even take notes anymore. I don't even know where I get the information from. Now I'm gonna have to be like a reporter. Can I name you as the source? Okay.
This is what cheese looks like on white bread.
Okay. Floaty
Melted.
guy. Floaty guy.
Floating guy.
Floaty guy.
Dyson, are you handing it over to Floaty Guy? You're the one attuned to it now.
Does it automatically unattune if you hand it off?
I think if someone else attunes to it, it unattunes from you.
But like if it leaves your person, you're still attuned.
No, because you could drop it and pick it up and still be attuned.
Someone said Essek
Fair.
because I wrote it down.
Yeah, we said Essek after the game.
How do you know who he is after the game?
Because
We
we watched
watched
Critical Role.
Oh God, that stupid show. Okay. God, what do you guys talk about? We're between 1 and 2. Okay. Don't care.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the conversation that we had afterwards, where we said, "Oh my God, it's Essek!" But
Oh, he's like a
And
famous
you were like, we don't care.
NPC or something. Okay, fine, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself and scream. Okay.
Okay.
So all my information at this far has been meta. So everything has been
Well, not
something from
entirely.
somewhere.
Don't be
Just
so
his name.
dramatic, Tobias.
I'm just messing with you.
So dramatic.
Okay.
Taking,
All right,
taking
So why don't we go with Thyson will do all the talking?
Cool.
So he'll he's
No
2
one
words.
else says anything.
well,
So
if
he'll
Osborne's
use his
done it,
2
he can
words.
talk too, and Thyson's not really very vocal.
Yeah, but he's really the only one who knows anything about it.
Wait a minute though.
I
Like
know, but he's
who-
just gonna grunt at them.
see, but okay, yeah. But if we need to influence anybody, I think Asborn would be pretty good at that.
Yeah.
I will say you recall that during the council meeting, they had mentioned that
Are you talking to us?
in the afternoon was the discussion of what the seal's capable of. So you're not even sure they know.
Right.
Well, that's what we're saying is like, if we go, we can see what they think it is.
Right. And we just keep our big mouth shut.
Well, some of us aren't great at doing that.
We
Well,
all
I-
slowly turn to
Mara,
Tobias.
just try this time.
I
I
will.
will try.
I'll try
Okay.
really hard.
All
I
right.
will do my best.
Try.
That's like the jester telling everyone else to not be funny.
I will.
This
I'll
is the one
try.
problem with doing this online is I wanted all of our heads to slowly turn to Tobias.
I know, right? I know.
I'll
That's what I
just
miss about the in-game.
slowly look
Just-
at Asborn.
What are y'all looking at?
So, eventually, all of you mount the Tenzer's discs that are pulled out of the messenger bag, and you watch as you all drift down to the surface. As you begin to go near the entrance of the pavilion gates that lead you into the encampment, and then eventually, into the inner workings of the pavilion, you can see the entire escort of the Sinclair family off to the side. You watch as Asborn nods at all of you, and she just kind of walks over to speak with her grandmother, leaving the 5 of you to sit at the council table.
I'm gonna sit on my disc, hovering there.
I need the discs back. They're going back in the bag.
Yeah,
Oh,
the discs
alright.
go back in the bag.
The
Placing the
last thing we
Tenzer
need to do is
discs
to lose
back
them.
into the messenger bag. You hear the Bright Queen come out from behind. She, as all of you approached, she was mostly chatting with Essek. Eventually, you hear a soft drum beat kind of get the attention of the crowd and everybody in the interior space. Fresh food and drink and other things are brought for the second half of the meeting. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. If you don't mind, please sit. Let us all discuss what we think this disc is capable of. You watch as she turns to Essek. Essek, if you would please. Essek kind of comes over and looks at the 5 of you. Who has the disc, please? May I see it?
Is it a disc?
Kinda.
Oh, okay.
Like a little disc medallion type thing, right?
I hand it over to him.
Okay. He takes it from you and nods at you, and then kind of floats back alongside the Bright Queen. He holds it briefly and then sets it on the table. That it would seem that this thing is called the God's Eye. The original guardian and watcher that had anchored the old Calamity Gate were the ones that protected our world from this vault space that the seal was retrieved from. Now, we know that gate has been inert for many, many centuries and is no longer a threat. This is exactly what we need in order to seal the gate in Darktoll. Or it could possibly be used to open up another gate, which then begs the question, do we destroy it? Because if Shulamon were to get his hands on this, one could assume his capabilities would become much more powerful. So, do we use it, or do we destroy it? Both have value, some more than the other, but I leave it to the council to decide. Essek floats to stand slightly behind the Bright Queen.
I'm not saying anything, and I'm just staring at everybody.
Not saying anything.
Did we know that it could open a gate? Did I miss that?
No, that's new to all of you.
Is it new as in Dyson made a
Dyson didn't-
mistake, or is it new as in they're full of it and coming up with something?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
What is my insight?
Mine is 24.
I mean, entirely possible.
Can I do an insight check too?
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Natural 20 plus 1, so 21. I'm telling you, my dice superstition for some reason works every time. If they're cold, they roll terribly. If I hold them and they warm up,
true.
20s.
That's the same thing with mine. I gotta warm them up.
Yep.
As you stare at Essek, he is a stone pillar just standing there staring at the Bright Queen and at the relic sitting on the large table. You can't help but notice a single bead of sweat come down the side of his temple.
He's full of shit.
My passive insight's 19.
That sounds great for you. I swear, you and Valev have a lot in common.
Can I nudge Fire and just like very, very quietly, not drawing any attention, but just kind of look over. It's the girl code when you go like.
Totally not obvious either, by the way. No girls, nobody, no guys notice when girls go like this.
Every dude in the chamber looks right at Samara.
I just think he's cute. It's fine.
That's all it is.
As they pass a note.
Yeah, right.
So he's got a bead of sweat.
It's just that little insight of he might be holding something back. Whether he's telling the truth or not, you're not really sure, but he clearly looks like he's holding something back.
Did they share about someone having to become the guardian, or no?
No, didn't mention anything about that.
So I mean, it could be that.
So we're waiting. They asked the people around. They didn't really ask particularly us. So we're waiting for them.
Correct. I mean,
to
the
see what they
council is
asked.
kind of like murmuring amongst themselves. The Bright Queen is talking to two of her military consulates, and there's a general kind of murmur of crowd talking, trying to figure out. You hear someone yell in the background, "Destroy it! If Shulamon gets it, we're done for sure. We'll find another way." Somebody else kind of thought, "No, we must use it. It's all we have. No one's going to join us in this cause." And you hear somebody else bellow out, "We should use this opportunity to take on the Dwendals. They are distracted. Finally take back what's ours." There's not harmony here. There's a lot of fractured personalities, a lot of up in the air commentary, and a bit of everybody is suspicious while also concerned at the same time. Thousands of years of politics are playing out here.
I mean, we're just kind of staying silent and
Listening,
for
watching.
Yeah, we're just watching everybody and what they're doing and who's on what side. And
Everybody give me perception except for Asborn. She is
I'm good at
busy
that.
talking to
Grandma.
the grandma.
Perception,
Mm-hmm.
21.
Okay.
Me and Mima having a good time over here, guys. Don't worry about us.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 23.
Tyson.
Give me a second.
Okay. 1,000. 2 1,000.
Shut up.
Yeah.
It's 17.
31,000.
That joke is as old as you, old man.
It's way younger than you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Way younger than you.
What'd you get, Mara?
25.
Okay. All of your rolls are high enough really to kind of take in the energy of the crowd. Oddly enough, there's one particular female drow that you can see on the very peripheral of some of the other crowds that are kind of arguing and going back and forth about what to do. She is quite tall, quite amazing looking too. Her shock of white and purple hair falling across her shoulders. She's wearing blackened chainmail, and her overall appearance is one of nobility. There's a regal nature to it.
Did she look familiar?
Not particularly.
Okay.
She steps out of the crowd and looks around at everybody and then looks at the Bright Queen. Well, perhaps we are answering and asking the wrong questions. You watch as the Bright Queen's eyes narrow towards the woman. And what does the temple have to say about this? One may argue that the opportunity to take away the power of all the gods could be answered. Perhaps the greatest question here is if the god's eye can be used to seal the celestial gates, could it not be used to seal off the betrayer gods? Could it not be used to finally undo the last remnants of the calamity? We are focused on a target that we know little about. Sure, these strangers deliver us information regarding a creature we know as Zarel. But who are they? Interlopers? They banty about the lands, creating chaos, and somehow we're supposed to agree and understand them. The wife of a notorious spy, somehow to be trusted. Perhaps the Conclave family has chosen sides, but they are a meager institution at best. They bring more chaos out of our choices than they bring answers to help us aid the world. Perhaps this is a decision we should make of our own accord. And she just kind of drifts back into the crowd and looks very ice cold at the Bright Queen. The Bright Queen looks, narrows her eyes between her and Essek. Essek doesn't even budge, just is now staring straight ahead. The murmurs are kind of picking up again. People are beginning to talk more heatedly. There's even the occasional shove and near physical altercation as people begin to argue in a more heated manner.
Guys, maybe we should say something and, try and...
I'm not good at talking to people, so I'm gonna say not it.
Yeah, they're pretty sure I'm a spy, so I'm
He just watches the most untrustworthy person, because all he ever does is think about her, steps up.
Give me 1 second, please.
Yeah, but what's his charisma?
95.
He's Justin Bieber.
He's in the
Oh,
95
then he'd be like
percentile
negative 95,
of.
but yeah.
He's in the 95 percentile of charisma.
Here I got a negative 24 on mine. I see. I see how this rolls out.
All right, so I'm just gonna look over at him, just be like, well, I mean, we do a lot of things, but who doesn't do a lot of things? Kind of investigating the world and finding the things that are a part of the world is kind of our shtick, as it were.
And a
So
lot of
the
it
claim
just
that it's
found
a misgiving or a mistiming, a curse, if you will, from us.
He watches the Bright Queen kind of steeples her fingers and begins to listen to you intently.
It's just more the reasoning of why exactly do we need to... Well, I do understand from your point to get rid of all the remnants of the calamity. It just serves as well that stuff... Oh, hold on. Give me a second.
Pause.
What the fuck am I saying? Why am I all alone? Why do I have 5 other people in here that are just sitting there like, oh, we can talk for us. Oh. I'm gonna go say, I'm literally gonna go pick,
Tobias, like,
literally better go-
stroking his little
Alex,
mouse
you are
muzzle
muted.
going,
Alex,
oh
you are
yeah,
muted.
he's going to burn for sure
Alex,
now.
I think Alex is talking to other people in a work meeting.
Yep.
I-
Technically, Asborn
Bad
is talking to
timing.
his grandmother.
Bad timing.
His
Yeah.
Mima.
His Mima.
Aw.
But I got like
That's
4
what
other
this
people
includes.
here that are just like, yeah, just push it off to the next guy.
Can we
they'll know what to do.
football
I'm
huddle?
I'm
Do
gonna
you
go.
want a football huddle?
I'm just gonna go say whatever I want to. Hey, you know what? I don't like these guys. I'm leaving. Bye. And just walk away. Leave these guys the fucking docket.
Okay, I'll talk if you want.
No, you're gonna talk shit.
No, I won't talk shit.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
Don't
Let's
get your
not
little
insult-
hobbit panties in a
let's-
bunch.
I was just going to say, let's not insult people, Tobias. And then you go and say, don't get your little hobbit panties in a bunch.
You guys talk about insulting people? What have you been doing to me for the last year?
You guys hear a voice drift
Rat
into
this,
the meeting
mouse
as
that.
well as the priestess returns. So, these are the ones you've chosen, are they? These that banter, make jokes, brought the world to the very edge of oblivion, and these are the ones
I don't
you
think
choose.
your old world spared any better. The calamity all happened and you just sat here through it. Like a bunch of meandering tortoises thinking that, oh, I'll hide in my shell, I'll sit through it all. Doesn't matter what happens to anyone else. My people are better than that.
I think what Dyson is trying to say.
No.
I think what
No.
He's on a roll here, people.
You.
It sounds like me.
Tobias is like, this is going to end in a fight for sure. He's like cleaning his pistols, he's reloading the ammo.
You
Making
sit
sure they're
in
loaded.
stone bunkers, expanding your empire every few inches per 100 years with your old lifespans, thinking that eventually you'll gain enough power to, I don't know, maybe control an extra foot mile of farmland, instead of thinking about the world at large. When apocalypse comes and you die in your little groveled hole.
Intimidation or persuasion, your choice.
Yeah, I'll choose it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's shit. That's a ticket.
That's weird how that's like that, but okay. Ooh!
This time, while this is happening, I'm just like looking in horror as he berates my grandmother.
Yeah, and you watch as your grandmother leans down to you. Granddaughter, are you sure these are the people you described to me? They seem quite insane.
I do not know these people. I have no relation.
Really?
I've been
Wow.
kidnapped.
I got a 24.
24.
I have been brainwashed.
Jumping ship, huh?
See, I'm not the only one who abandons you and someone
Yeah.
else.
Wow. Didn't
At
take
some
much.
point, the Bright Queen holds up her hand. Enough of this bickering. Enough of this arguing. Thyson has good points. Priestess, you have good points as well. But the decision will be thus. Those that have retrieved the arcane seal shall be the possessors of it. They will travel to Holyhead. They will investigate the portal there, and then they will close it. My encampment, the Luxodons, and others will make our way across the wastes to our navy along the seashore. There we will embark, and we will make our way to the shore of Menagerie, and we will lay siege to Nicodranus. We will send messengers out to the Dwindles and let them know of our plans. We will invite them to follow us and to send diplomats to keep an eye on us. Hopefully, this will convince them to enter the Clovis Conclave's territory from the more southern western regions. Shulman cannot concentrate on so many fronts at once. I will try to gather what I can across the wastes, while you and yours figure out a way to understand what is going on in Hollywood, Holyhead, and as you will deal with this contention. You will complete what you have started. Hey, Weave the Tail, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. You will complete what you have started. You will finish the chaos that you've brought upon this world. For all of your words and all of your rantings, this is your doing, ultimately. We will do what we can to give you opportunity. But this is your responsibility to undo what you have caused. Now, the council is adjourned. Camp will come down this evening, and we will set for the wastes. We will travel to Durian, Uzin, and the Ithelgard. We will gather what we can. In 2 weeks' time, we will board our ships just south and east of the graying tides. Whatever we have, we'll make for Nicodranus, and we will lay siege. If we are not there in 2 weeks' time, we are undone. We do not exist. Something has either killed us or something else has intervened. Now, you have transportation, I suggest you use it. You have friends, I suggest you use them as well. Essek, if you would, please. You watch as Essek goes over to a kind of like polished podium of blackened stone. The stone kind of comes apart, and he takes the arcane seal and he places it inside and seals the stone. He then picks up the stone from the ground, and it begins to shrink down to the point of where it's like a small cobblestone or pebble stone. And he comes over to Thyson. This will prevent it from being scried upon. If for any reason you lose control of this or you're about to fall, you merely close your hand around the stone, speak the word destruction, and the device will be destroyed. And he hands the small pebble over to Thyson.
Thanks, man. I mean, I just want to say what I said in that room. I didn't mean it specifically to you. I meant it more about your entire system as a whole, just kind of a general broad stroke kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, you are quite right. It's a problem that I've brought up to the council many times. When you can live hundreds of years and other creatures cannot, sometimes it's a lot easier to, well, I believe someone once told me this, let the chips fall where they may. If we can survive the calamity, we can survive whatever comes from this, but I think something else here, Thyson, or whatever you call yourself, something else here is determining our fates, and it must be undone. I hope that you and yours will help accomplish this matter.
Out of character, I'm kicking myself that we didn't cast telepathy before this.
Right?
I'm like wanting to say things to you all, but everyone will hear us.
The council begins to adjourn. You can already hear the pavilion being taken down. The sound of an entire camp of Luxodon, Drow, and others that have arrived are now beginning to get ready to depart. That 4 or 5 hour kind of vacuum of time and space as others are doing and preparing. The Bright Queen has given her thoughts. You are in possession of the arcane seal. This is not necessarily something you have to do. Eventually, all of you drift a little closer to where Asborn and the Sinclair family are kind of collected and gathered on their own. And you can hear the elder stateswoman of Sinclair, grandmother Sinclair. Well, that was a very rousing speech. I commend you. I believe my granddaughter called you Thyson. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, that's me, ma'am. Nice to meet you, ma'am.
That's very pleasurable to meet you as well. Now, granddaughter, say your goodbyes. It's time to go home.
Wait, what?
Hey, now, wait a second.
Well, the tide has turned. The family has resolved its quarrels. It's safe for my granddaughter to come home now. Asmon may very well be on his way as we speak.
Oh, okay. Well, see you, Asborn. Okay, guys, let's go.
Tobias, wait.
Tobias?
We kind of need her for some stuff.
I don't have no hold over her. She can do what she wants. You guys can leave at any time you want. We're a pirate ship.
Shut up, rat.
Again with the rat.
You can leave now.
Well, but Asborn, she wants to stay with us, doesn't she?
I would imagine she probably does, but her duties lie elsewhere. Her aunt and uncle sit at the head of the council. She is now the general of our forces. She will take her seat. Her brother will come back and sit co-counsel with the rest of the family. It has taken a while, but we are now resolved. We have much work to do.
Cool. Can her forces come to Hollyhead with us?
That'd be cool.
That would be great. We need them.
Well, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is in Hollyhead? I was following the conversation as best as I could, but I was not. She has not had an opportunity to tell me everything that is going on. Something about the less I know, the less terrified I'll be.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
Likely,
yeah,
very true. Yeah.
Oh well. In that case, I am quite scared. Please fill me in on what's going on.
Well,
Asborn, go ahead. Tell your Mima what's going on.
That's so mean. Well, there's like portals, and they need to be closed because demons are coming out of them. And
demons, like fangs and claws, that type.
On a world-destroying level, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that does. Yes.
I'm off work.
Yay!
That was ace. I got hit with that. Surprise, guys. We need a meeting right now.
Okay, so Asborn.
So you didn't tell Mima anything, and you're leaving us.
You didn't tell
I
us.
told
you didn't
my
tell your-
uncle. It was my uncle's choice to tell Mima.
Oh,
But you're leaving us?
your grandmother thinks that you're leaving with her. Are you leaving with her?
Am I leaving with you, Grandma? Mima?
Well, the council is resolved. Your aunt and uncle are in charge. I'm sure word's been sent to your brother. We intend to have you sit at the head of our armed forces. The family is unified once again. The old guard has been pushed out. Your grandfather is dead. There's no reason for the squabbles and the civil strife to continue.
And Asborn, we shared that it would be helpful if, since you are now head of
You're now
forces,
the head of the army.
that your army could join us in Hollyhead. I feel like that would be a big help in stopping the
definitely
world
see
from
that.
being destroyed.
Have we convinced my Mima on the benefits of
We haven't
invading
convinced
Hollyhead?
her about anything.
We
She
haven't
doesn't really
convinced-
know that much about what's going on, other than
She asked what's going on in
she
Hollyhead.
she
And I
she
said,
knew
"There's
that you were
portals."
she knew that you were here,
Mhm.
and with the council back home in the Sinclair house and the rather large community that your family owns, all that's resolved now. So she was sent out to find you. She's found you,
Mhm.
and now she's here to take you home.
Yeah, and so there's portals and stuff in a
Yeah.
portal in Hollyhead, and like it could be hell on Exandria because it demons, bad demons.
Mara did.
Mima
What
You've
is-
Claire.
said that like 30 times now. I get the meaning of that, but I'm not really sure what you think my granddaughter is capable of helping. She
Helps a lot.
Very well, but she has responsibilities and she has duties back home.
But if the world is destroyed, her responsibilities will no longer matter.
Guys.
Give me
Mima-
persuasion when you say that, Samara.
Can I give her advantage?
I'll say you've been talking as well, so that would give her some bolstering.
Advantage?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Persuasion
guidance
is a
help?
19.
I don't think guidance
19.
helps.
She looks at you and then looks, well, is this true, granddaughter? Is your intent to stay with these friends? I heard you call them friends.
Yes, Mima Claire, you have to understand the severity of us invading Hollyhead depends on our group. For we already have our forces split among other fronts, and for this plan to work, we have to stick together, Mima, and if possible, afterwards I can come back home.
Quick question though. Mara, did Albin say that we couldn't trust the Sinclairs at all?
No, he didn't mention the Sinclairs.
Okay.
Out of
She
character.
looks over at you,
Out of character.
Asborn, and she's like, I am impressed. I was not expecting you to speak to me in this manner. Well, at the very least, a trip home is required for you to take your position. Can your friends deliver you home?
How close to home is
how
Hollyhead?
far is it? Is it on the way to
Wait.
Hollyhead?
Well, I mean, you have an airship now. So the whole idea of travel is a little bit more distinct for you.
Streamlined.
I mean, being able to fly over a mountain range versus having to walk over it, definitely. You can now fly over the Dunrock Mountains, be in
Okay,
the Morrow Valley probably within a couple days.
that would be good because I'd like to check on the Burrow and the Warren and see.
Which is gone.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
gonna
That's
ask
what they
everyone,
said.
Have we planned a day for our assault yet on Hollyhead?
2 weeks.
No, not yet.
We have 2 weeks.
We
No,
still
we
have to
need
get
to get to
the
Nicodranus.
we still have to get the Hobgoblin army.
No, they're gonna do all that.
Oh, they're gonna handle that. You're sneaking
Yeah.
as a group again.
Hmm.
I think we just have to figure out how to use the artifact without having one of us attached to it forever.
Be dead
I-
forever.
I think that
Undead.
just for the simple fact that we could close all the gates and get rid of all the gods. And like, I mean, come on, Fire, look at your gods. He can't even make me tall. The Luxodon god can't even fix my ship right. I mean, do you really need him?
Mima, it's
He made you
true.
tall
This
for a
god,
bit.
we met a god, and he couldn't make this mouse man any taller. It's
It just,
quite
you
bad,
know,
in
do
fact.
we really need him? Do they really do all that much?
Well, my, another mouse folk. What is your name?
Tobias.
Captain Tobias.
What is your surname, Tobias?
Fairweather.
I whispered her ear. Squeaks.
She kind of leans way down to whisper back in your ear. Well, we have some refugee mouse folk upon our land. And I believe there is a family that goes by the name Squeaks.
We're going. Hey, Mima, do you want to fly in a ship?
A
Instead
what?
of going on a... Yeah.
You mean that giant thing floating up in the air? Is it safe?
Oh, yes. 100%. I'm the
So
captain.
you
If she looks at me, I'm gonna shrug.
And
She kind of looks at Asborn and kind of
We're all
looks at her
kind of
granddaughter,
shrugging.
looks at the personal guard, and
we
they
did it
kind
better
of
than
all
a bumpy
shrug.
old caravan.
And then you watch as she's, Marcus, you'll take the caravan back to the Sinclair house. I'm going to travel with my granddaughter for a bit.
Hey, Mima's coming.
Mima!
Hey,
Bring
we
some
have
extra
we have
crew.
room for a couple more people. You know,
Bring
like
some
6
crew.
people.
Well,
Marcus,
I mean,
Marcus,
technically,
give us 5
I
minutes.
can bring my personal bodyguard if you think it's necessary.
Does he
Well-
know how to sail?
Things try to
Well-
find us, so yeah, maybe.
To be honest with you, they're a bit more adept at killing people and keeping me alive. I don't really have anybody. I mean, we came over land. I wasn't expecting all of this.
Are they fast
okay.
learners?
No, we don't
show
need
them
any
how to
landlubbers do anything. They can just stay there with Mima. We can control the ship. It's no big deal.
You watch as a dozen female Sinclair bodyguards kind of like step forward. They're all wearing obsidian plate. They're bearing the,
Yeah,
the
I'm looking at
Sinclair
Tobias.
the Sinclair tabard on their front.
Tobias
Um,
pulls one of these.
Yeah.
I pick him up and I put him on my shoulder. Now you're taller.
He smells surprisingly like sandalwood.
Yeah. I have a foot. The sandalwood's a foot deep in my room.
I'm gonna
Um,
lean into Mima. When did they get obsidian plate? Where did we get the money for this?
And you watch as she leans in. Granddaughter, these are the Fengorian guard. They no longer serve your grandfather. They serve me now.
Fangorian.
I'm gonna give my Mima a fist bump.
Yeah,
You shatter her.
now,
Little
can we
wrist.
go on a little adventure? It's nice to stretch one's legs. And she begins to walk very kind of haltingly and with a little bit of, agedness to her walk out.
I'm gonna hold her hand like a little child. I am.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, more like the arm, like, the weight, she's got her hand on your arm as, I must say, I am
Petting
very
her,
impressed
walking
with you, Asborn. You're so much more mature now. You must have seen a weight of the world a bit. By the way, our ability to find you was somewhat hampered for, I want to say, about 4 months.
Oops.
You need to tell me about that while we're on our little journey.
Oh, Mima, the stories I'm about to tell you once we get up.
Just make sure it's in the magic mansion and you can't be scryed on.
Can I get with some of the dynasty people and see if we could get like stowed aboard some food and that kind of stuff?
Sure. Give me an
I'll go with
investigation
I'll go
check.
with
And
Tobias.
I'll
go
trade
with
some of the
Tobias.
crystals for it.
Okay.
No, we need the crystals.
No, we don't. We don't need all those. There's a million of them.
There's only 50.
I'm the captain. I do what I want. Okay.
I'm the captain now.
Give. What do you want? Investigation.
Yes, please.
Okay.
They can give them to us because we got their arcane seal and are going to, close the.
21.
As you're kind of walking around, you can see 3 individuals that look very much like military style. They seem to be having a heated debate about something. One of them is a very tall orc who's...
I went with him.
Okay. One of them is a very tall orc that's arguing with the other 2. I don't have enough wagons to bring it all, so I don't really understand what the point is. Just let me give it to the Luxodons. They can carry it. And he's describing himself as a quartermaster.
Oh. Hey, hello, sir.
Oh, whoa, my mouse folk. Are you looking for a job?
No, he's the
No,
captain.
I'm
of
the
that
captain
ship.
of the ship there. Actually
And
looking for some supplies.
This is your wife.
No, she's just a platonic
No.
friend.
I'm his bodyguard.
Oh, a cat and mouse thing. Okay, kinky, but okay.
Can I be there too?
Oh, Jesus, that's just going to be a swell pit of
I'm going to
puns.
be there too.
I'll say Thyson, Fire, and Tobias, you're now talking to
Captain
an orc,
Underbite here.
an orc that goes by Quartermaster Kronth.
Yes, they are married, and yes, their safe word is cheese.
I fire my pistols at his head. Okay, I'm done. And
Okay, so what is it that you guys are having issues with?
We have too many supplies and not enough wagons. I will be giving most of it over to the Luxodons, but I have at least 3 or 4 wagons of supplies I just will have to leave behind.
yeah, we could take
We
it.
can take those. What
Just
kind of
so
supplies?
happens we have a very fast and mobile flying fucking ship.
Well, okay. Please follow me.
I go with him.
The 3 of you walk out, and there are 3 large 4-axled wagons, and there's about a dozen heavy horse kind of hitched up to the wagons. They're maybe 25 feet long, 10 feet wide, and in one wagon alone, there's like maybe 500 crates.
Oh wow!
Well,
So please feel free.
yeah, you got some guys that can help us get them on board the ship, or we
No,
gotta lug
if
it
I
all
had-
ourselves.
If I had enough labor, I would not be leaving them. No, they're up to you.
Are they labeled? Are they labeled?
They are labeled in orc.
Yeah, let me see.
Wait,
I speak orc.
Do I speak orc? Damn it, I don't speak
I
orc.
speak orc.
And she has the discs.
Mm-hmm.
Someone call
I'm gonna.
Sam.
Well, she's
Well, I'm
taking
stupid.
Grandma and Asborn and people up. So while she's doing that, or as we're
Can't we use the
I'm gonna
floating
say
discs to make
after-
the stuff go out?
say message. I'm gonna send a sending, not message, sending to Samara. Say, Sam, after you're done shuttling the old lady and her group up to the ship,
Is that you, God?
we have
Rude.
supplies down here that we need to get up to the ship.
Okay, I'll be down in a minute.
And they're in orc, so I can't spell them. I mean, read them.
She
to
cannot
find out-
Orc is
I
fine.
can't spell
Oh, she
them.
can spell.
I can't read them, so I don't know what's in them.
I'll
We
be
gotta
down in a
figure out
minute.
what we want. Okay, thank
Cast
you.
a spiel.
Just ale. 500 crates of ale.
There you go. Just take the
Well,
booze.
there's 4
It's
wagons.
like 12 metric tons of preserved rodent.
Oh,
As
that's
long
my
as it's not
favorite.
reserved mouse.
So
Okay,
eventually,
so-
Samara makes her way down, and all of you are now gathered around at least one of the wagons, which you feel will probably suffice. Samara, you take about 5-10 minutes reading the label and the content. It's all provisioned steel and iron rations designed for hard march, hard military encampments. It's nutritional. It's got value. However, on the other wagon, it is made up of rope, chain, and other material components that might have some value as well. And the third wagon is made up of armaments of all manner, like extra arrows and darts and lances and all manner of weapons that might be needed.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How high up is the ship from where we are?
Currently, it's roughly 75 feet.
Okay. Could I use move earth, because it says it has to be 40 feet on a side, and lift up the earth beneath the caravans, like one at a time, and we could then move it onto the ship that way?
Looking at the size of the wagon, the amount of cargo, one wagon will completely burden the airship. The airship's not that big.
Yeah,
It's a scout ship.
Okay,
so
we have to pick and choose what we want.
Kind of, yeah. But
We could
for
land the ship
from
on
the
this.
flavor, if you were to pull out the crates you need, you could
Right.
use that method to bring the crates up in a more efficient manner.
So we should let the guy know, like, look, we can't carry all of this. We'd like to, but we can't. We can
Oh, he
carry
knows.
some of it.
We're just gonna burn the rest. That's fine.
Okay.
Um,
So what do y'all want?
Terrible use
so
of
we'll take some rations. We'll take a few armaments to arm the ship in case we get people on board that we need to arm, and then we'll take the chain, things that can be used to help repair the ship and things like that.
So you now have a collection of 20 crates.
Okay.
Some with material components, some with rope, chain, and other things that could be used to repair the ship. There is some equipment that the Luxdons left down in the front of the cargo hold for the more sophisticated items that may get damaged or have issue. It takes you till about nightfall to get everything loaded. Grandmother Sinclair is on board, including all dozen of her personal Fangorian guard.
Was it a dozen or a half dozen?
Dozen.
Okay.
They also have brought their own equipment with them as well.
500 gold pieces each for the trip. Welcome aboard, Air Tobias. No, I'm just kidding.
All 12.
No charge.
All 12 of them look down at you, and one of them goes, "I must say, you look a bit like a squeak."
How do you know the
Do we
squeaks?
hear this?
Those not around or nearby, you can make percent. Well, actually, what's your passive? Everybody tell me your passive, and I'll let you know if you hear this.
My
19.
passive is 16.
11.
17.
19.
Fire and Mara definitely hear it. Thyson, what's your passive?
12.
Yeah, Fire and Mara hear it. You can see it's very
I'm
tall
probably the closest
Sinclair,
to you.
family Sinclair guard kind of get down on one knee and is now having a conversation with Tobias. Well, they're on my land. And you look a lot like the Matreon and the small family of squeaks that help me take care of my household.
Oh,
Let's go!
that's my
They're
family.
alive!
Tobias, your
That's your
family's alive.
family? Well, my
Yeah, they're alive apparently. That's awesome.
They didn't get annihilated. Let's go!
I want to make fun of his name, but I didn't hear them.
All right,
Why,
good.
That's-
why don't you sound more excited?
Now I've got it in my mind. We're going to have to start a show called The Squeaks.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
The Squeaks.
Yeah.
Wait,
At
till
home
your
with the
father
squeaks.
gets home.
Mom, don't tell him I talk like this normally, okay? Keep it on the down low.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Literally. Killing
All right,
me.
so we get going then.
Okay. It's now early evening. The stanchion has been taken down. The ship is now floating on its own accord. The propulsion system seems easy enough to figure out. You and Mara, once again in the helm's deck, back at the art of flying an airship. And you begin to feel the ship rise. And at about the 1,000-foot level, it takes about an hour to get up to that point. You pull on the levers and you hit the switchover station and you hear as the prop system and gear work and all the pulleys kick in, and all of you feel as the airship is now beginning to move in a direction towards the Morrow Valley. You guys have about 3 days of travel at this point. You'll be crossing over some interesting territory, to say the least. Let me pull up one of my maps so that I can refer to it.
I pull out warmer clothes.
You got fur.
Doesn't mean that I don't
does
want
she
to wear
have fur or
mittens.
does she have hair?
That doesn't mean that I don't want to wear
has a
mittens
pelt.
that I just got.
She has a belt.
She has a belt.
So fucked up. She has a belt.
Yeah. So do you.
That's right.
Not for
But I wear-
long.
I pull out the mittens that lady made me
Okay.
Tiger lady.
out of tiger fur.
They just they're white. They just
gotta
a cat
be
with
so-
white mittens on.
That has got to be the weirdest gift, though. Can you imagine
Right,
if
right.
someone was
Here's
like,
some
"I made
mittens."
these gloves out of my hair"?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
like,
about to say that.
There's a
I've been
full-size
thinking about it, and
tiger.
it's been
How does it
bothering me.
knit? Does it use its claws? Knit 1, purl 2. I made you these. They're all screwed up and
What
like
do you
got
guys
holes in them
help
and
with
stuff
your
from the
hands,
claws.
Yeah, you got to
else?
put your hands in it. It's just a single hole for all your fingers. Go through.
You show me a tiger that can knit, and I'm gonna show you. I got a bridge I got to sell you.
I will
So-
show you a tiger that is really a person.
About
I-
a day to get
Okay.
over the Broken Vale Marsh and the Ashkeeper Peaks. The second day down the other side of the Ashkeeper Peaks. The third day should take you to the outskirts of Alfield and the outskirts of Trustenwald. And this is where the Sinclair family's ancestral lands reside in this area.
The Sinclair's helping people out. I never heard of that before. That's good.
Mima's
This also
cool.
puts you within a day's journey to Zadash. It puts you a day's journey from Talonsalt, as well as 2 to 3 days journey from Hupperduke. There's always the Zimini Fields of the east and northeast. This is bringing you into the empire of the Dwendals, to
Give
say
a
the
map.
least.
And then how far
How far
from
is it from there to Hollyhead?
how from there to Hollyhead?
From there to Hollyhead, probably another 3 or 4 days by air.
Okay.
to directly to the Menagerie Coast and back to the familiar community of Hollyhead.
All right. Well, I guess you guys are gonna get to meet my family. This is gonna be nuts. All right.
So, day 1 of the journey. 9.0 earthquake at Samara's
Yeah,
house.
my bad. Sorry.
I don't think. Oh, shit!
My knee hit this.
It's happening here too. Okay.
Yeah, but the difference is, Tobias, I really don't want you touching electronics. I'm okay
Don't.
if Samara does.
No.
But if you do it, we're all in trouble.
We're doomed.
All of our cameras will go out at the same
Right. It'll
time.
crash.
So, with that, your first day's journey is relatively uneventful. So, what would you like to do, if anything at all, during day 1?
Can I ritual cast conjure elemental to conjure an air elemental and just kind of boost and guide the ship and kind of make it pretty stable? Yes, doing that.
Yeah, but Mara has to sit there and blow on the dirigible all day long.
I spend my day ritually casting into the gems.
Okay.
And then, also I want to send Pepper out to scout and make sure that nothing sketchy is happening.
And
Fair
I
enough.
send
Report
Ember,
back to me
Ember out as well.
periodically.
Ember
Okay.
out as well.
I want to throw a rope off the back and get on a tensor's floating disc and be on the back
Water sailing?
Shape surfing.
No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
it's a little bit more like
No, I'm good. I just make
it's not
sure
very
that
fast. I mean,
my-
occasionally you get buffeted by some wind and makes it a little interesting, but
oh
it ain't no speedboat.
darn. All right, I take off my Credence Clearwater Revival CD,
Your
my
creak.
CCR,
PCR.
my CCR disc. Then all right,
Anybody-
I just make sure that Mima's comfortable and she's got everything she needs. And
Me and Mima are gambling on chess right now.
Okay.
You guys are playing Pinochle.
Yeah. The gambling runs
person's
in the
game.
family.
Pinochle.
I was gonna through the sending stone. I wasn't gonna speak, but I was gonna use the tapping, send a
Right.
message. Something like, "On our way to Hollyhead."
Oh my god.
Sorry.
No! Wait, let me mute.
Okay. Compromise.
Hey, honey, look, a baby's being born.
Sorry, couldn't be helped.
Compromise.
Oh yeah, by the way, honey, I'm also going to that demon portal you told me not to.
Right?
Don't. Anyways, have a good day. Hope you
Just
might
because we
well.
have a healthy relationship
XO,
and we
XO.
communicate.
A tapper. You're talking to a tapper. You don't even know who the tapper is tapping.
So I don't know whether or not
I can
it goes
see
through, but I'll-
Shulamon with his finger going, that's cut off, it's severed. He's always like,
Within a minute, you hear a response. I thought I told you not to go to Hollywood.
Oh, sorry, babe. Typo.
no, I said we're not
We are
going.
still
No,
safe.
it would be a tapo.
I'm sure
JK.
you have good reason. There's a pause or reasons.
Right.
We were
Question mark.
mostly strong-armed into it by the Bright Queen.
Ah!
Oh, you mean the one I told you not to trust?
While we were standing in her court, what were we to do?
Not
I can
do it?
literally see Mara
There's
just
6
digging
of us
a
and her
hole
entire court
deeper
surrounding
and
us.
deeper.
Tell her that you do it and then not do it.
Well, I mean, I guess that's always a possibility. We haven't got there yet.
It's a possibility you should consider. And then we still have the Zehefe. We are almost safe enough to talk.
All
I
right,
shall try to contact you tomorrow.
we'll speak then.
Mm-hmm. You're talking to
And
Shulamon.
I won't bother you. I won't bother telling you what to do anymore.
You're married, pal. You should know that already. You know who wear the
And
pants
it
in the
just
family
kind of
now.
terminates like it normally does. So, it's an interesting ship at this point. Asborn and her grandmother with the guards kind of milling about, trying to get familiar with the ship. The two of them gambling on chess. It's pretty raucous to watch them. Fire, what are you doing again?
I was adding the charges,
That's
ritual
right.
casting into the gems.
Okay, yeah, that pretty much consumes most of your time.
Yeah.
Tobias, you take a moment to watch the chess game. Mara, between the sending stone and the air elemental, you begin to, or watching the air elemental do its thing. Samara, you're kind of practicing that whole conjuration. Thyson, what are you doing?
Becoming a god.
Yeah, I'm gonna go figure out how to be a god.
He wakes up with the stone in his chest. Oh, looking again?
Yeah, second again.
Are you kidding me? No.
Man, I thought we moved past it.
Yeah. He comes out, he's a gnome. What the? Again?
Yeah, damn it. I mean,
I would love to see Bison as a turtle.
That might actually be pretty cool.
Oh, short.
Half turtle, half.
shut up.
They're going to make an ashtray out of his shell.
Okay, but
Make a
him on his
nice,
back.
make a nice
What the
turtle.
fuck, man.
Turn him on his back and walk away.
I love Chinese turtle.
Can I get on my front and make a dexterity check?
Yeah, so what are you doing with your time, Thyson?
I don't know.
That's fine. You don't have to do anything. That's fine.
Oh, but I need to do something.
He's just holding the orb right now. Just chilling.
Well, it's currently encased in that magical stone that's protecting it from both scry and potentially, from falling into enemy hands. It can be destroyed quite easily inside that stone.
All right, I'll go to bed.
Fair enough. Day 1 of your 3-day journey is over. Day 2, you are now crossing the main spine of the Ashkeep mountain range. It's a lot colder up here, although I believe it is we're in the fall, so it is much colder up here. Your journey to the Astral Sea skipped 4 months of summer and led you into fall. So far, your days and near week journey of the Zorhasian wastes. There's even a little bit of ice that kind of forms on Tobias's nose that he has to flick off. It's much cloudier. It's a bit wet and damp and cold. The mood's a little bit more reserved with the change of the weather.
Hey, can you guys throw spells into these things while we're going?
That's what I'm doing.
That's what Fire's been mostly doing at this point.
Okay, cool.
How many was able to do on day 1?
You do the math, you tell me. You could
So
technically use all your slots if you want to.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
your ritual casting.
Yeah.
it's ritual casting, so it doesn't utilize my slots, but I can do as many as I have slots.
Correct.
Okay. Let me count. 4, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17.
Okay.
So
you can
17 a
basically
day.
charge all 15 per day. And right now they're all full.
Okay,
Sweet.
cool.
Okay.
So I have 15 fully charged.
Yep. And there are 11 of them in the holding chamber underneath the loading section of the helm's deck. There's one in each lightning cannon.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Each lightning cannon now has 5 shots or 1 overcharge shot of auto crit if you hit.
Now where's that dragon that was messing with us before?
We killed it.
No, it ran off.
No, the turtle dragon.
Oh, the turtle dragon.
No, the one that attacked us
The
when we
white
got
one.
out of the Astral Sea. We've been attacked by 3 dragons.
Yeah.
Turtle,
We killed
white
two.
dragon, and a green dragon.
The turtle that killed
didn't it? I
Seaboard?
forgot.
Yeah, it ran away. We shot it with a cannon and it ran away.
That's right.
Lightning bolt cannons have a tendency to do that to things.
Are we going to have like dinner together toward the evening or something?
If you want to. Second day, I've rolled like shit, so nothing happens during your second day. Just the change,
Oh, darn.
just the change of weather at this
Oh
point.
shucks, guys. Oh shucks.
So the
Whatever,
second
oh,
day is yours to do as you want.
I'm gonna cook us a big family meal. The
Uh,
Asborn special.
If you do all come together, there is some information to be learned from Grandma Asborn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dinner
Wow.
together every night. So
Tell us a
it's like a
story.
family.
Yeah, we can make food.
What was Asborn like when she was a little girl?
Oh, she was quite darling, to say the least. She liked
Do
to
you
wear
have
little.
baby pictures?
I have baby illusions, if you'd like to see that.
Yeah,
And you
baby
want to-
illusion.
She puffs an illusion of a very awkward, chubby little baby kind of waddling and
I was a bit of a
falling
fake one.
and crying and then being picked
can-
up.
I can do an illusion too, and I make Thyson puke frogs.
Poor Thyson. Poor Thyson.
Always picked on. So I found out that my family's alive.
Did you tell this yet?
Now I'm telling you right now at dinner.
Your
I-
family's
wonderful.
alive?
Yeah, apparently they survived and they're over there.
Why do you sound depressed
But-
about it?
To be fair, there was quite a few that
To be
did.
fair.
Most of the warren was successfully evacuated. We took in at least 25 burrows.
That's
Wow.
fine. That's great.
So
Well, how many
here's the
died?
deal. Now, I would like your discretion in this.
You're talking to the wrong group, bro.
I know I am, but I'm going to try anyway.
There's literally globs of saliva coming out of Thyson's mouth right now.
I know. Especially you, Dyson. Remember who helped you out when you had the
Thyson's
bottle
like sitting
craving.
there with his mouse familiar, petting it, just eagerly waiting.
Oh, no.
His
Anyway,
mouse
so
homunculus.
we're going to
Oh,
get there.
my
My
God.
parents are probably going to be a little like protective. You know, I did run away from home, so there might be a little surprise in there. and especially surprised that I look like this. So I'm
Are
not
you
sure if I want to
supposed to
look
look
like
like the
this.
mouse?
What are
Dashing.
you supposed to look like?
What are you supposed to look like?
I don't know, like a little suit. A suit I used to wear with a little bowler cap. Yeah, my dad made me wear it to like the mercantile that we ran.
You have a
I-
smoking jacket.
Where's your
Tyson,
ring of disguise
please
and
cast
show us?
illusion on Tobias right
No,
now.
he's got a ring of disguise. You don't even have to. Make
You're
yourself
never-
look like you're
I
supposed
I
to.
mean, I still
with the
got
ring of
my
disguise.
suit packed away. I mean, I can wear it.
You have it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay, but just
Get in the suit.
so that you don't have to take
Get
your
in the
armor
rat
off.
suit. Get
Just
in the rat
use
suit.
the ring of disguise.
well, I know, but they're gonna hug me and stuff. The ring
I
is
have
not
a
gonna.
greater idea. We can get you in a maid dress.
So yeah, that's great. Thanks for your support,
I think we should put
Thank you,
whoever you
Tyson.
are now. So I don't know if I want to like change into that, and then Fire can be the captain.
Okay.
Really?
And I just got a ride from you guys,
Really?
just for the time that we're there.
Oh,
I'm
Okay,
gonna
Keep the whole
gingerly
thing
put my
on.
hand
Wow.
on Tobias's shoulder, look him directly in the eyes, and give him a thumbs up, and not explain myself.
But if we do that, what's going to stop them from making or trying to make you stay and not come with us?
Oh, that's
Don't
true,
worry.
huh?
You can rely on me.
Wouldn't they be proud of you being the captain of the ship?
Yeah.
You're a captain. You work
I don't
directly
think so.
with the top tier Sinclair.
Why would you?
Oh,
A flying
the
ship?
Bright Queen said we're pretty much the ones that caused the almost destruction of the world. So I don't.
You don't need to
something not to be
tell
proud
Don't
of.
listen to her.
That's just her opinion.
She's
Well,
a
okay,
party
whatever, so-
pooper.
We can leave that out
Don't
We
say
leave that out.
and just.
All
give us
right,
a
I'll just go there
flying
like
ship.
I am. Then they'll just have to
Oh.
deal with it.
I
I'm gonna have to
think
deal with.
we just
We might have to
need
leave
tell
fast though.
them-
Should accept
we need-
you as you are. If
we
they
need to
love
tell
you,
them
they
your-
will accept you.
Yeah.
We need to tell them your title.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Pretty impressive
Yeah.
title.
It is a very impressive title.
Not to my dad and my mom. Well, maybe my
Well-
mom, but not to my dad.
Your dad
Oh,
and
you
your
gotta
mom.
add the
just-
God's eye thing in there now. Like
This
the-
is not
the
a suitable
retriever of the
profession for a
God's
mouse
eye.
folk. So
Okay, but they had to run away from their homes, so they're all displaced and disjointed, and they should be happy that you ran away sooner because they had to run away eventually, anyways.
yeah, they'll probably blame me for
So
that.
you
then,
were
you know,
just-
yeah. So all right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, was it our fault? Because did Shulamon go after them? Because no,
Yeah.
it wasn't because it was his fault. It was all
Okay, no,
Shulamon's
so
fault
this-
because
this is
he's the one that
definitely not our
gave
fault.
you. No,
Because this
because
started
he's the one
way
that
back.
gave you the map. So it's still Shulamon's fault. All
Yeah,
of
this
this is
started
Shulamon's
way
fault.
before we got
way
involved.
before we got involved.
Well, I have to ask my mom about where she got the book.
Granddaughter, they bring up a good point. Why did you not have Shulamon killed when your uncle delivered him to you?
Asborn.
Yeah, you burnt.
That one's on me, Mima. I will admit that. I
Well,
was.
you were supposed to hand him over to the Brex. That was
Yeah.
supposed to be a wedding gift.
This is my wedding gift.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it
People
was.
as wedding gifts.
I just look at Asborn and not say anything. I just go like this.
You guys are telling me you guys don't do that? What? What?
Give people as wedding
Well,
gifts.
Albin is quite well suited for extracting information. He has been involved in many dealings with us.
So what happened, Mima, was that me and this guy over here, Faison, we were beating the living shit out of him, like you taught me to.
Oh,
know,
good old,
yeah.
good
know.
old-fashioned Sinclair work.
Front hand, backhand, as per
It
usual.
was very fun.
It was great, and then all of a sudden he
The B slap.
spit out his tooth and ate this orb, and he teleported away.
Oh,
Definitely wasn't my fault. No.
he seems to have learned new tricks. I still don't understand what that Brecht girl ever saw in that man.
Not me. Not me.
Not me.
Gwendolyn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe
his
Yes,
sister-in-law.
Gwendolyn.
Maybe he was a different person back then.
That was a
mean,
pretty
I know I
handsome
was.
guy. I could see
I know.
where
That sounds like a
girl would
funny
go for
party
him.
trick to me.
Are
I can
any of you
appreciate
the
it.
same people that you were some time ago now?
No.
Oh, you
not at
different.
all.
No, my last name is also Brecht, so I just want to make sure they weren't.
Oh,
confusing me
you
with
are
that Brecht
Albin's.
girl.
You are Albin's wife.
We're all insane now.
I'm
We're
not the
all
same person.
insane.
I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago. I know that.
But you're actually not. So
We're
I
all
know,
pretty
that's what I
much
said.
nuts. That's all I can say. We're not normal. We don't think normal,
Oh,
and
it'll
we don't
be
do
an
things
amazing
normal.
homecoming, to say the least.
I don't have a home to come back to.
Well, what do you mean you don't have a home? Everybody has a home, dear.
Nope.
We got a home.
it's hard to have. a
Oh,
home when
you're
your
definitely
family,
a squeak, all right.
Nope.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
he's a what?
His family.
That's my family name, okay?
Where does Fairweather come from?
It's my
The
pirate name.
ocean.
Obviously, he
Fair
made it
weather
up.
comes from the ocean.
Got it.
Like, you know, the weather's quite fair. I get it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's my
I think
pirate
you
name.
worry- I think you worry too much about your family.
Nobody's gonna
Miles.
listen to Tobias Squeaks. Okay?
I'm just
No,
dying
no,
in the
Tobias,
background.
you're definitely right about that.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. Do you know? I take that back because I'm thinking about my background. His name is Squeaks Grayfur. So yeah, his name's Squeaks Grayfur is actually his real name. His actual name.
Tobias isn't his name either.
Tobias
No,
is
no,
his name.
Tobias Fairweather is 100% made up name.
Yeah.
His first name is Squeaks.
Yes.
Yeah,
his first
Squeaks
name is
Grayfur.
Squeaks.
Yeah, it's Squeak. I'm sorry, Jason.
No,
It's
I
Squeaks
remembered. I
Grayfur.
was waiting for you to say something.
Yeah, sorry. So-
Mara is just dying in the background.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and you don't all have secrets.
What is?
I mean, I
Do I still have
literally deal in
secrets?
secrets now, so
Wait, Tobias, do I have secrets?
yeah, but you don't even know.
murder.
Them.
You like murdered a bunch of people. That's a
But that's
secret.
not a
Or
secret.
something.
You killed more people than the plague.
But that's not
don't
a
even-
secret.
Remember half the people you killed. If you
I
can't remember them, how are we going to know
now.
about them?
I remember them now.
Do you?
Yes.
All I'm saying is I don't have any secrets. So y'all already know my secret was my tribe, and there you
Yeah.
go.
And
Was it a
now-
secret, or you just like hadn't told us yet?
Yeah.
Pepper comes in, takes a bit of food out of her hand, and Swan's like,
Just has Pepper seen anything?
nope, none in particular. It's been a quiet night, quiet
Has
day.
Ember seen anything?
Quiet night, quiet day.
Dyson, I'll pay you not to embarrass me, please.
What
Whatever you want.
I will give you everything I own.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nah, come on.
Meanwhile, you watch
Other
as
people have
Dyson,
to be on my worst behavior.
you watch as Dyson
Holding
like
a monocle.
polymorphs into a mouse folk,
He
holding
doesn't have to polymorph. He can...
holding like a very tiny tabaxi fire, and wearing a bowler hat and a pinstripe suit. Mother, father.
Tobias, that would be so cool, and then I'd get to ride on your shoulder.
I have an excellent idea.
Oh God.
Oh, here
No,
it
I will
is.
not tell you what it is.
Ah,
Of course.
Perfect.
Don't worry, he might forget by next week.
all right.
Here's hoping.
So do we get there?
So, on the third day, the weather has worsened. A storm has set in, and it's making travel very difficult. Mara and Tobias, give me survival checks, please.
I'm not good at survival.
Survival.
I am.
Can I do survival?
They're navigating and captain, so they're making the check.
Oh, that's great. That's a
So Novalev, you don't get to do all the things.
that's a non-natural.
I want to do all the
20.
things.
I got 17.
I'm just
Okay.
wrestling the guards right now,
Okay.
getting a little practice in. Gotta work
Yeah,
on my
well.
grapple strength.
As you're tussling in just your common garb and practicing with the Fangorians, Mara and Tobias, you spend the better part of the hour of the morning of the third day realizing this is a pretty bad storm and it is getting worse. Looking at the map, you begin to realize that your only real option is to set down somewhere because the winds are picking up. It's getting harder and harder to keep this ship safely aloft. And if the winds do continue this way, it's going to become more of a challenge.
Okay.
Based on your map, you are just now entering the fringe of the Morrow Valley, and you are near a place called the Cymere River and Lake Cymere.
Do I know anything
it's a big
about
enough
that?
lake that you could probably land the ship in it and hunker down
Okay.
to avoid this weather.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Okay, let's put it
Do
out.
I know this? Do I know this area? Like, is it teeming with like man-eating sharktopuses and stuff, or is it?
I mean,
just-
you and Mara can make history checks to see if you
Okay.
have an understanding of the area.
Would I? Because I get advantage on history because of nature.
You want to make one? Sure.
Yeah.
Daddy got a natural
Ooh.
20. History.
Oh, that's a
Don't know
21.
much about
That's nice.
history, but I got a 23.
Three
Okay.
is dirty 20.
Okay. Between the three of you, this is a pretty remote part of the Morrow Valley. This is like right at the foot of the Ashkeeper Peaks and the beginning of the Morrow Valley Plains that will take you into the very center of the Morrow Valley. So this is that kind of like weird transition out of the Ashkeeps and into the beginning of the valley. It's very remote. It's mostly farming communities, mining communities. In worst case, there's a small town on the shore of the lake called Felderwin.
Okay. Now, is there a way to use the river system if we wanted to travel farther if we had to travel farther by?
You would know enough that the river would be too shallow and narrow in most places.
Okay.
The ship is large enough; it could be difficult.
So we're
All right,
really
well-
just stuck.
We'll land. Then we'll land and
Drop anchor.
we'll
wanna
land
batten down the
and
hatches, or do you
sail
wanna
to
go
the
find lodging
and
in the
a
town?
little ways away from the town.
I don't
and
wanna
then
leave the
sail
ship.
to it.
No, we can stay here. We can stay in the either a tiny hut or a mansion.
Can we sail the ship over to, or was it too small? The river.
You know what? We should not go to a
Lake would
community because
Lake would definitely be big enough to do some sailing at the very center of it.
Mhm.
The overall size of the ship and the shallow portions of the lake would be a bit challenging. For the most part, Felderwin is definitely a small fishing community, and its majority population is halfling.
I don't want to go by halflings. Last time we were in a halfling community, it went bad.
It did. Yeah, there was like zombies and gross bloody soup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
yeah, we'll just anchor off the coast and then let the storm die out.
Yeah, wait out the storm.
Okay,
this one.
so with that, I need some checks.
Okay.
Asborn, Fire, Samara, and Thyson, tell me how you want to help the ship land.
Guidance!
Tobias and Mara, you're doing the main piloting skills at this point. You're reasonably proficient, so just let me know what skills you'd want to use to help the ship land. And then you get advantage while everyone else makes normal checks.
I will use my sleight of hand.
Okay.
Guidance!
Working
Can I
the
use my
controls.
acrobatics?
Guidance!
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yep.
Previously,
Are you guiding me?
11.
Oh, thank you.
So previously, I've done this with control water. This was when the ship was falling like forever ago.
Right.
Bringing the water up to meet the boat, so it kind of cushions it and brings it gently into the water.
Okay.
I got a 31
Ooh,
with my guidance.
that's legit.
I'm like swinging from the ropes and all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah.
Doing double backflips.
So what'd you get, Mara?
31.
No, I thought I heard 21. That's good. Tobias, what'd you get?
I got 21.
21. Fire, you're using guidance to assist Mara. Asborn, what do you want to do?
I want to use athletics for like rigging.
Okay, go for it.
That's almost done.
It's okay. I have a plus 15 modifier, 20. Non-natural.
Well, It's actually Ember that casts the guidance, so I can still use perception.
Okay.
I got a 26.
Okay. What'd you get for athletics, Asborn?
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh, so dirty.
Oh, so dirty. Samara, Thyson, what are you two doing?
I thought I was driving the ship. That's what I
It's not arcane anymore. It's manually operated.
You've been laying down in
Yeah,
bed, buddy.
Tobias and I are driving the ship.
Oh.
You've been chilling.
You've
Well,
been having a good nap.
I'll just operate the guns or whatever with my 26 Arcana.
We're landing?
We're not firing at anybody.
Really?
No, I'm just making sure.
Gotcha.
I'm
You're
just
kind of
making
a little bit on Overwatch just in case.
Yeah.
Landing in my home?
never
Samara,
said
you're
With
a
manipulating.
cannon? Guys,
You're
I'm
gonna
just
manipulate the
making sure.
water.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the water up to the ship so that it meets it partial, so that it brings the ship in carefully because I know it's really stormy right now. Bring it in
Okay.
gently. Could I have Pepper do perception?
Sure.
His advantage. So let's do. Ooh, that's terrible. Pepper, why did you fail me? 9.
Even with
Pepper.
advantage?
Even with advantage, I rolled a
Bad
7
Pepper.
and a 2. Ugh.
Bad Pepper.
Gotta warm them dice up.
It's been rolling fine up
Literally.
until Pepper rolled.
Literally, put it in the
Till
microwave.
pepper rolls.
Maybe Pepper needs her own dice. Maybe that's the
Maybe.
problem.
That might be it.
Red dice, because
Sounds
red's
like you
is
need to
color
go
of
dice
pepper.
shopping.
Ooh, darn.
Oh,
That
no,
is
guys.
funny.
What a shame. I have to go dice shopping? Oh, no.
You're welcome to dice shop in my cabinet if you'd like.
Yeah, I know.
I want to come dice shopping in your cabinet.
Oh my gosh,
You are
you guys have
welcome
not
to.
seen her
It is
cabinet.
very
It
full,
is-
and my husband just gets more and more angry every time we show up in another package.
You really are a dice goblin.
I am.
So,
I want to be
with
more of a
that,
dice.
the wind is beginning to howl a bit louder. The lightning and thunder kind of coming through and tearing in sheets as the Crimson Revenge, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The Crimson Revenge drops through the cloud line. It is shifting back and forth as all of you are doing your best to assist in whatever way you can. You can hear the grandmother, I don't think I want to ride this anymore. As you know, and already 2 of the guards have already gotten airsick and they're kind of heaving over
Well-
the side of the rail. And the
wait,
ship,
Wait. Can we?
yes,
We can still have the magic mansion up, right? I mean, it travels with the board of the base of the ship.
did Thyson cast it?
With the
I mean,
Bison,
Let's
would you
retcon
be
it.
so
on
kind to
retcon
do that
today,
for my grandmother?
I don't really want to cast it today.
okay,
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder.
okay.
Yeah?
Bison,
I
it
did
to
have
me,
a
Mama.
tiny hut up over the.
What about your Mima?
she is sick from the motion.
But the helm doesn't need it.
Okay.
Put it over Grandma. Put it over
Yeah.
me.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and say, "Cry about it."
I am going to joke.
Oh, put the tiny hut over where Mima is.
Okay. Then if we don't have the magic mansion up, we
Tyson,
have the
why
tiny hut up.
such a dick?
At least he's an equal opportunity dick because he's not just a dick to me. I love it when he's
I have-
dicks to other people.
I have
That's
the
true.
tiny hut up so that Mima doesn't get wet.
Fair enough. That's at least giving her a little bit of
No
cover.
wet Mima's here.
It takes about sorry, I ran out of water.
Sorry.
It takes about 20-30 minutes for the ship to finally just settle into the water. And as it does, the storm is a little bit higher up now. Passing through it was a bit more dangerous, but now that you're down in the water, you begin to realize it's not quite as bad down here. The waves are cresting slightly, and you can hear a small voice. Well, that was very rude.
Oh no.
Who is
Is it a
that?
voice I recognize?
No?
Where did it come
Where
from?
did that? Where did
Sounded
that
like
come
it
from?
came from the water.
Hello? How can we
What
help
language
you?
was
Over the
it?
edge?
I'm gonna send Ember over to look over the edge.
So as all of you kind of like wonder where that voice came from, there's a small rowboat.
Aw.
The front of it's been sheared off.
Oh.
It's currently nose down, rear end up, and there's a small halfling that looks rather young, and she's looking up.
I
Well,
run
help.
over to the deck. Tiny
I
Hut
dive in.
falls.
Wait.
I
I
dive in.
still have control water on because it's concentration. I can have them lift the water up and lift them up to the ship.
Oh shit!
Yep.
This is weird.
Hold still.
With her ship, right?
Oh, okay. I'll hold still.
And I bring
You're
them
not
up
going
to the
to
edge
kill
of the
me.
ship.
And then she kind of the remnants of the rowboat kind of falls, and she spills out onto the deck, and she's well, it's not every day you see a ship fall out of the air. Who are you? And you're not going to kill me, are you?
We're not
No.
going to kill you.
Do you like cookies?
I love cookies. Do you have cookies?
Do we have cookies? Mima, did we cook cookies last night?
I don't know. if we have
Sure.
cookies.
I mean,
we
usually
have
you and your
cookies.
Mima cook cookies all the time. So.
Yeah, we're cookie enjoyers here. Anyone who doesn't
From
like
the water.
cookies gets the
Don't
axe.
trust halflings.
Are you in the
Collecting
water?
wood.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hand
she's
them
gathering up
our
the wood from the rowboat.
famous
Seek so someone can
Sinclair
mend it.
cookie, chocolate chip cookies. Like famous Amos.
Because you wouldn't happen to have a
Anus,
warm
what?
blanket, would you? It's quite cold.
Can I, is
what do
it
I
still
have that
raining
would
on
warm
us?
her up?
It's raining, but not like pouring. It's just that kind of steady rain.
I'll go grab a blanket from the cabins and throw it over her.
She goes, "Oh, well, thank you. Are you planning on staying in Felderwin? It's just on the other side of the lake. The storm blew me onto this side. I was fishing and I just lost track of myself. My name's Veth.
Beth,
Wait, how do you spell it?
I gather that's another critical role character.
Good reference.
Don't trust
Dad.
her.
She's a very young female halfling.
Throw her overboard.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Throw her overboard.
No critical role NPCs on this ship.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
out,
Out.
out.
Well, yeah,
Don't get
Felderwin's
cursed on
my
your own
home.
time.
I lived
Can
my
I have
whole
your
life there. In
autograph?
fact, I just recently got engaged.
Well,
What's your husband's name?
Fiance.
Fiance, sorry. Fiance.
My fiance's name. Why would you want to know his name?
I'm a
She's
cat.
dumb
I'm
and
very
stupid.
curious.
They're fans.
I'm a cat. I'm just very curious. Sorry.
Have I found
It's
all the
tabaxi, I mean.
pieces?
Yeah, Mara is gathering up all the pieces of her rowboat
Why?
Okay.
so we can mend it.
Oh.
and send her back.
Kick her off the. Get your ass back in your bro.
Get your ass back in there. Away, foul.
No,
My-
we're not going to your
My
village.
fiance's name is Brinato.
Oh.
Prosciutto? Wait, say that again. Sorry, my ears aren't so good. Prosciutto?
Brinato. B-R-E.
Prosciutto.
Branato.
Wait. No. Say that again.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Branato.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, thank you.
anyways,
So much
Beth,
better without him here. Okay, they're all right.
Beth, I think it's best if we get you back to your village. We're only staying for the night, so we'll get your boat mended and we'll send you back to the village.
Thank you very much. It's much appreciated, seeing as how you fell on me.
well,
And
listen,
Don't be under
Very
people
small
when
boat.
we
It's
land.
hard to see.
Well, I meant to ask, are you Zohashian? Are you Kryn? Are you... I've never seen
No.
a
Yes.
flying ship before.
Unaffiliated.
You're unaffiliated. Oh, interesting.
I'm a tabaxi.
We're citizens of the world.
I'm a tabaxi.
I'm a tabaxi.
I need that on a shirt. I'm a tabaxi.
I think she's correct. It's better that I go. You all seem very strange. Thank you. If you could put my rowboat back in the water for me and send me on
Well,
my way, I'd much
it's
the
appreciate it.
pieces
Coming up with
overboard.
the pieces. Hold on.
Oh,
It's still in pieces.
I'm
It
holding you
sinks.
hostage now.
sorry, I can't have anybody knowing we're here. No.
So I'll climb up as soon as I find all the pieces.
She gets
Or
like
all the
halfway
pieces I can find.
away from our ship, and then just disintegrates the boat. No witnesses.
No one witnessed.
Aw, no.
With that,
Destroy the timeline.
eventually
Yeah.
Vet is sent on her way. You can see the little rowboat kind of disappear across the lakeshore. And as you watch and the storm eases a bit, you can see a very vibrant kind of lakeside community that kind of like takes up the space along the shoreline as she disappears into the background. It's the conclusion of the third day. You've lost some time during the storm. However, we're going to go ahead and stop now because you hit a milestone.
Ooh.
Oh, what?
You left the Zorhashian Wastes, which means you've made maybe a decision of sorts. I don't know yet, but the milestone was the conclusion of the encounter with the Bright Queen and then eventually leaving the Zorhashian Wastes, which you did. So you guys are ready to level up. And you're coming and we're going to conclude on a long rest. That way, when we come back next week, you will be a fresh level.
Time to take my first level into fighter, guys.
Oh, I've already done that. I'm in my 5th level. Now I'm going back to
It'll get
Swashbuckler.
really funny once I hit level 3, guys. Don't worry.
So now I get 2 attacks. So now I really need another pistol.
Well,
All right.
thanks everybody for joining. Thank
All
you,
right.
Weave the Tail, for the raid. I really appreciate it. We get to go home and hopefully have dogs that are doing well. We think they've turned the corner. So
There's still last one. I just checked the camera.
cool. We have a camera that keeps an eye on them for us. So, hey, check out our schedule below. If you can follow us, please do. We have shows, and we're always
And
enjoying
subscribe.
bringing our games to you. If you can afford, please subscribe. That does help pay the bills as much as possible. We have games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're concluding a campaign this Friday. We have a new game starting on Saturday, and we have 2 games on Sunday. So check out our schedule below. It's been updated recently. Come hang out with us. I know it's hard because we are a West Coast show, so a lot of times the rest of the world is falling asleep while we are, concluding our evening. But hey, we love spending the time, and like I always like to say, be safe, be kind, play a game. It's good for your mental health, I promise you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Nice.
Night.
Are we rolling our hit die?
If we don't go east but we go west, we actually go back in time. So like if we should talk to people like on the Pacific Rim where it's like, hey, we're coming to you from your tomorrow. So you got
That
plenty of
makes
time
sense.
to watch us.
Hey, Tobias.
Right.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. Good.
Right.
That
I
was
don't
fun.
get anything cool with my level up.
Oh wait, are we leveling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we rolling a hit die?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll
I'm
hit
gonna roll
die.
mine.
Shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled mine already.
Oh.
Huh, I
Wait.
still
Fighter's
have not-
D8, right?
I
6.
haven't passed 100 hit points.
You haven't passed
I'm
100?
barely on 101. Guys,
Oh
add
yes.
another class.
We're very
Fighter.
squishy.
Roll the 10.
173.
How?
How?
173.
You're so many more than me.
There's so many more than me.
Do I get 3 attacks? Please let me get 3 attacks. Do I get 3? Oh, still have 2 attacks. Boo.
I don't
man,
get
at
any
least you're not at
ability core
86
stuff
health.
until 16th level.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't
Here's
get
mine.
anything other than hit die
I got my extra attack.
and another spell.
Where's my exorcist
Probably.
thing?
Spell.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
what Dyson get?
Oh, fighting style. What fighting
It's
style?
level spells.
Oh god.
Mm,
No, my.
I'm literal.
I get-
god.
Alright, start
I get
streaming,
eighth
son. Let
level
me see
spell.
what you're
Alright,
looking
come
at.
on, let's go. Come on.
Open
You need
Discord.
9th
I
level
play
spells
someone.
to be able to use that stone seal thing.
Ooh.
right?
Where'd you get fire?
You want to know what my exorcist spell is?
What do
Hmm.
you do?
I can choose one creature I can see within 30 feet of me that is charmed, frightened, or possessed. No longer charmed, frightened, or possessed.
That's
Wow.
nice.
Cool.
That
I
might
get
come in
an-
handy when we all get possessed.
I get
Yup.
an eighth level spell. So I got to pick anti-magic field, control weather,
Anti-magic field.
act
Nice
earthquake,
face. Did you see control weather?
control weather.
If I
Control
amplify
weather.
the curse, then the creature that charmed the person that I exorcised it from takes damage.
Oh, sweet.
Blind fighting. What's blind fighting?
It's when you
Oh.
close your
Blind
eyes
fighting.
and you throw your hands in front of you.
Just
I can make
And you
a
get hacked
strong
down.
wind. Okay, I mean this comes.
Interesting.
It sounds terrible. I can
While
make
you were
a
wearing
strong wind.
that's 1 AC. That's kind of nice.
You've
Well,
always
I
been
bet.
able to make strong wind.
You can make strong wind after you go to Del Taco.
I think I'm going to sign off early, everyone, because I'm wiped. But
Yeah.
Same.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
teachers.
We'll see you next
Bye.
week.
Thank you for your
Bye.
service. We love you.
I gotta pick